Quiet, isn't it? It should be, for this is the peaceful little village of Foggy Bog, Wisconsin, where the even tenor of life is uninterrupted by the noise and clamor of the workaday world, where calm and serenity reign unchallenged in the cool vastness of the deep forest glades Oh, never mind.
They're gaining. Fillmore, can't you go any faster?
Yeah, I can, but this truck keeps holding me back.
Then it's time to turn to subterfuge.
Subterfuge? It's not on the map, Professor.
Of course not, my bird-brained buddy. It's just a state of mind.
Well, let's not cross any state lines, Professor. That's real trouble. That's a federal offense.
Pull onto that side road, Fillmore.
Left, right?
Right, left.
And the strange conveyance pulled to a stop before a neat little home by the side of the stream.
I wonder who resides in this quaint Quonset.
There's his name on the box.
What is it?
It's mail. U.S. mail.
Thank you, J. Robert Knucklehead. Let me see that. Well, the name is Hooper. Hoppity Hooper.
You're almost here, Professor.
I'll put the truck in back of the house, Somerset, and then join me on the front porch.
On the porch?
Of course, old Rick. We're going to pay a social call on this Hooper chap.
In a twinkling, Fillmore had hidden the truck, and the two rascals stood at the front door.
Who is it?
It is I, Hoppity, your long-lost uncle.
My long-lost what?
Hoppity, Hoppity, my little nephew. At last we meet again.
Again? I never saw you before in my life.
Tut-tut, laddie. Why, I've known you since you were this high.
That's all higher I am now.
Oh, Fillmore, he doesn't remember me. I've been away too long.
You've been in the sun too long.
Well, come on in, whoever you are.
Still the same little gentleman, isn't he, Carlyle?
Hey, who's he?
Oh, I almost forgot. Hoppity, this is your cousin.
Fillmore. Fillmore Bear. Oh, he always forgets.
He's my cousin?
Remember, you said it first. Oh, a picture of your dear, dear mother.
That's Whistler's mother.
Well, any friend of yours, me boy.
That's my mother.
Of course it is.
You sure don't look alike.
Well, she took after Father's side of the family.
Hey, Hoppity, you in there?
Sure, Sheriff. What is it?
We're chasing some phony snake oil peddler and his sidekick.
Phony, I'll have his badge for that.
You seen any strangers in these parts?
Strangers?
You notice the resemblance now?
No, nobody's here but some relatives of mine, Sheriff.
Okay, see you later, Hoppity.
Ooh. Yeah, that was close, Bentley.
What?
I said we were very close.
Well, Uncle,
Waldo Wigglesworth.
how long you figure to be in town?
Matter of fact, dear boy, I'm already on my way. Business, you know. Duty go.
What kind of business?
We're peddlers. Ouch.
Bump on, please. I prefer to think of us as roving retailers. Observe our portable emporium. Everything for everybody. From pots and pans to rubber bands. From needles and pins to mandolins. And featuring... Wigglesworth's Indian Guide Elixir for young and old.
Also middle-aged.
They're good for chills, fevers, warts, and broken legs. Makes a brilliant hand cream, also waxes floors shiny bright.
Gee, what's in it, Uncle Waldo?
Bare living, me boy.
I mean in the medicine.
Oh, that. Well, they're precious herbs, me lad. Special compounds of roots, barks, and berries.
I filled the bottles with water like you told me, Waldo.
Yes.
Oh, where'd you get the water?
Yeah, from that little bubbling spring out back.
Oh, no, not that.
So what's the matter?
But that's water from Ring-a-Ding Spring.
That's bad, lad.
Bad? Just look what happens when I pour some over this rock.
Egad, that's positively supernatural. It's uncanny.
And spooky, too.
Well, what in the world is the terrible secret of Ring-a-Ding Spring? Be back next time to meet Hoppity Hooper starring in The Thing in the Spring. Last time, you remember, Hoppity Hooper met those two rascals, Professor Waldo Wigglesworth and Fillmore the Bear. They were roving retailers of a remedy called Indian Guide Elixir, good for man or beast. But when the bear filled the elixir bottles with water, Hoppity was horrified.
But that's water from Ring-a-Ding Spring.
Well, you funniest name, that.
It sounds phony to me, too.
But nobody can drink that water.
And pray tell, why not?
Well, look what happens when I pour some over this rock.
It gets wet.
No, watch.
Sure enough, as they watched, the rock underwent a curious transformation.
Whoa, Waldo, it's growing hair.
Hair.
Yes, hair. For in a few seconds, the rocket sprouted a cookie duster mustache and a small Van Dyke. Then they grew into a huge handlebar mustache and a full set of sideburns.
And Dad Bradley, it's fantastic.
Now can you see what would happen if you drank it?
Yeah, I have a fur-lined stomach.
Hey, what's the matter with your grin?
Sure enough, something strange was happening to Waldo.
Gee, is he sick?
No, that just means you're getting an idea. What is it, Waldo?
I can see it now. A vision of loveliness.
What is it?
It's a bottle.
What's in the bottle?
Water from Ring-a-Ding Spring, and on the label it says...
Yes.
Cue Ball, the miracle hair restorer. Hoppity, my lad, your fortune is made.
It is.
This is the greatest boon to mankind since the split week.
Yeah?
A little fanfare, Beauregard. Enough. We're off to fame, fun, and fortune.
And sure enough, in the next few days, the country was bombarded with news about Hoppity's discovery.
Frog's discovery astounds medical world. Cue Ball hailed as scout saver. Your printer picked its Cue Ball factory.
And the whole world immediately took Cue Ball to its heart. Or rather, to its head.
Now you can be taller than she is.
Hey, kids, would you like to own a genuine midget sheepdog like this? It's easy. Just take one Mexican hairless and add Cue Ball.
I was a 97-pound weakling. Then I used Cue Balls. Now I'm a 100-pound weakling. I got a 3-pound mustache.
Ladies, here's a new glamour tip. Just sprinkle a little Cue Ball on your ordinary cloth coat. Voila! Instant mink.
Cue-Balled was a boon to subway scribblers, too. For no longer did they have to draw mustaches on pretty girls. Just a dab of Cue-Ball did the trick.
In 3D, too.
Of course, there was some resentment when a case of Cue-Ball fell off the truck and spilled all over a city street. But the quick-witted Waldo was equal to the occasion.
Good people, we will simply change the name of this street from Baldwin Boulevard to Long Hair Lane.
Gee, Waldo, everybody likes us.
No, Hoppity, not everyone. For here in his palatial home sits Cyrus Flugelhorn, the famous millionaire miser.
Look at that chart, Windrip. It's awful. Universal toupee down, federal wig down, United Scalp White down.
What happened, Mr. Flugelhorn?
Cue Ball, that's what happened.
You want I should get rid of them Cue-Ball guys, Mr. Flugelhorn?
Yes, Windrip, and get rid of them permanently.
Right, boss.
And, Windrip,
Yeah, boss.
cheaply, too.
Right, boss. And the sinister Windrip slithered out into the night. Well, it looks as if our three friends have picked up an enemy, and a powerful one at that. Don't miss next time. Hoppity Hooper starring in Dressed to Kill, or Three's a Shroud. Well, Hoppity Hooper's life hasn't been the same since Professor Waldo invented Q-Bald, the miracle hair restorer.
Give me a bottle.
Here, I'll take one.
Give me 4 of them.
I want the large economy size. Look at that crowd of suckers. Customers, Osgood. This stuff is selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, well, sure. Whoever hated growing hair with hotcakes?
Little wonder Q-Bald was so successful, for it actually did everything it was supposed to do. It not only grew hair on heads, but everywhere else. People used Q-Bald to repair shag rugs. They used it to turn T-shirts into Angora sweaters. One famous movie star even poured gallons of it on the ground in front of her home.
Yes. Now I've got the only blonde lawn in Beverly Hills.
What does your gardener think of that?
Oh, what gardener? I use a hairdresser.
Tell me, Miss Lavoom, do you want your lawn parted on the side or with bangs?
Hey, Waldo, that's the last of this batch.
I'm sorry, folks. That's all for today.
Oh, that's so bad. Just one more.
We better get back to Ring-a-Ding Spring and fill up some more bottles, Uncle Waldo.
No, Hoppity. First, let me wallow about in all this scratch.
Scratch?
Moolah, my boy, get us happy cabbage.
He means money, Hoppity.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're so happy, Uncle Waldo.
Well, there's only one little drawback, really.
What's that?
We made it honestly.
Well, what's wrong with that?
It's a new experience for me.
When you've been a snake oil peddler, making an honest dollar seems like cheating.
Little did our friends know that they had made a bitter enemy. Cyrus Flugelhorn, the notorious millionaire miser, whose investments in wigs, toupees, and scalp wax were now practically worthless.
You're my broker, Crudley. What's the outlook? Mr. Flugelhorn, if it's here today, you're gone tomorrow. Drat and double drat. Lucky for me, I sent Windrip to pay those upstarts a little visit.
But it's not one-way, Windrip. Why, he's a thug, mean, depraved.
Works cheap, too. He'll pulverize those idiots.
But a man in your position can't do a thing like that.
I know. That's why I sent Windrip.
And at that very moment, the sinister Windrip was lurking outside Professor Waldo's caravan.
Knocking over these tree patsies ought to be a lead pipe cinch. And I got just a lead pipe to do it.
Skulking to the door of the trailer, Windrip prepared to do his dastardly deed.
Somebody's at the door, Uncle Waldo.
83, 84. See who it is, Beauregard.
My name is Fillmore.
Well, both of you go, huh? 89, 90.
Unfortunately for Windrip, he hadn't figured on the hardness of Fillmore's head.
Nope, nobody there, Waldo.
But I'm sure I heard a knock. There it is again.
All right, I'll see who it is. Who is it? He's right, Hoppity. There's nobody there.
And what's more, he left his hat.
Let me see that, as according to the way I figure it, the man who owns this hat is 6 feet tall with a broken nose and a mean disposition.
You found out all that from his hat?
No, as a matter of fact, he's standing right behind you.
Yipe!
All right, you guys, line up against a trailer.
He can't get us all. Let's make a run for it.
On the other hand, I'm bound to get one of you.
Don't run, fellas.
No, let's hop instead.
What?
Hop like this.
What the? Stand still, you little creep.
Well, obviously Windrip hadn't figured on our hero's agility. In a few seconds, his gun was empty and Hoppity was unscathed.
I had a line to say here, but it was censored.
Gee, that was keen.
They don't call me Hoppity for nothing, you know.
You mean you charged for it?
Well, it would seem that our troubles are over, Jasper.
Hey, you said it, Waldo. Nothing to worry.
Bunthorn, you forgot to set the brake, you addle-peg, you numbskull.
Hey, you drove it last.
Well, accidents will happen.
Yes, and it looks as if one's about to happen to Hoppity, for he's trapped in the back of a driverless truck, careening downhill to Hairpin Corner.
Makes you feel warm all over, doesn't it?
Don't fail to see our next episode, How to Straighten a Hairpin. When last we saw Hoppity, he was in a bit of a decline and going downhill fast.
You said it.
Trapped in the back of Waldo Wigglesworth's snake oil van, he was approaching Hairpin Corner at tremendous speed.
That's right.
It looks as if Hoppity is doomed.
Can't you say anything pleasant?
Well, it's a nice day for it.
Thanks.
Then suddenly the truck came up behind another car on the road ahead. A car driven by none other than One-Way Windrip, the meanie who had started the whole thing. On seeing the truck approach, Windrip swore a mighty oath.
Oh, fudge.
Too late. The next thing Windrip knew, he was a reluctant truck driver. Quickly, he applied the brakes. The truck slid sideways to the very edge of the cliff and stopped just in time.
Boy, that was close, mister, and... Oh, it's you!
You bet it's me, Lippy, and we got a little unfinished business to attend to.
And Windrip started out of the cab to attack our hero. Unfortunately, he forgot how close he was to the edge.
But now I remember.
My boy, you're safe.
Yeah, but I wonder why that fellow was out to get us.
They're probably after our money, Hoppity.
But that's wrong, isn't it?
Hoppity, my boy, as you grow older, you will learn that as soon as you have any money at all, somebody's always going to try to take it away from you. And you know what we call that?
Stealing.
No, income tax.
Well, next morning, a dispirited Windrip was being dressed down by that mean miser, Cyrus Flugelhorn.
And you call yourself a thug, letting yourself be outwitted by a frog. He got the jump on me. Confound it, Windrip, I want to see results. Such as? 3 heads on a platter might be nice. Now get going.
And again, Windrip slithered off. This time to intercept our friends at the source of Cue-Balled Hair Restorer, Ring-a-Ding Spring.
Easy, Ulrich. You don't have to fill the bottle so full. Skimp a little.
Gee, Uncle Waldo, it's just water and there's plenty of it.
But, Hoppity, that'd mean giving the suckers an even break.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing, I suppose, but it just goes against the grain somehow.
But just then, Windrip rolled a strange-looking object into Fillmore's view.
Hey, Waldo, I found a pineapple.
Is it right?
I think so. It's ticking.
Ticking? Pembroke, that's a live grenade.
Get down, everybody!
Hoppity's quick action saved his friends, but ruined the spring, for all the water was blown straight up into the air.
Hoppity, there's a fortune up there. We've got to catch it.
But Waldo was too late, and the miraculous hair-growing water fell untouched to the ground.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
So a short time later in the Flugelhorn mansion...
Mr. Flugelhorn. Is that you, Windrip? Good heavens, Windrip, what happened to you? I got the large economy-sized treatment with cue ball. You must have used up all the cue ball in the world. All except this bottle, Mr. Flugelhorn. Ow! Windrip, you'll pay for that.
And the irascible Flugelhorn began to chase his hairy partner in crime down the street. Suddenly...
Watch where you're going, young fella.
What did you say?
That blamed kid's got no respect for your elders.
Kids?
And Cyrus Flugelhorn looked at his reflection in a nearby store window.
By Godfrey, I do look like a young sprout. Does your mother know you're out, kiddo?
Well, that was the beginning of a new life for Cyrus Flugelhorn. He became a bon vivant, a big spender, a sparkling wit.
23 skidoo, chicken inspector.
Oh, Si, you're a cud. Well, all's well that ends well, Uncle Waldo.
Don't you have one too many wells in there?
What next?
Well, I thought we might go into business in a small way with just a pea and 3 walnut shells. Now, you just keep your eye on the little pea, young man.
Well, our friends are off on a brand new story. Be sure you see the beginning of it next time in the adventures of Hoppity Hooper. Our scene opens today on the outskirts of Foggy Bog, Wisconsin, where, as usual, our heroes are in dire financial straits.
Also broke.
What's for supper, Fillmore?
We're down to eating bean, Waldo.
You mean beans, Flogmore?
No, I mean bean. We got just one left.
Gee, what are we gonna do with one bean?
We share and share alike, Hoppity. Cut it 3 ways, Fenster.
Fillmore.
I'll take the big third.
Okay.
Oh, grab it! Grab it!
It's gone.
That's the first time I ever had a dinner disappear through a crack in the floor.
Well, I guess that does it, Uncle Waldo. Somebody's gonna have to go out and find it.
Don't say it, Hoppity, not while I'm eating.
But you're not eating, and neither is anybody else. One of us has to get a job and go to work.
Oh.
What happened to him?
He always comes all over queasy when he hears that word, Hoppity.
Where am I?
What word?
Work.
Oh.
Nevertheless, the next morning, our friends were lined up inside the Foggy Bog Employment Center.
All right. What do you do?
Mostly I hop up and down and I croak.
You're a beetle?
No, I'm a frog. I have my own television program.
How are the ratings?
Here's the last ones.
You don't need a job. You need a transfusion. What about you? What was your last job?
Making sockets for buggy whips.
But nobody's used buggy whips for 40 years.
True, I was the first victim of automation.
Well, can't you do anything else?
Well, I'm a qualified dirigible captain.
Sorry. How about you?
I can't do nothing. I'm just a loyal, trustworthy, and not too bright.
You're also hired. See the man over there?
And in 5 minutes, Fillmore had an honest-to-Elizabeth job.
Gee, what a keen uniform. What do you do, Fillmore?
I guard the statue in the park.
Gee, that's an important job.
It was. For that statue in the park was Foggy Bog's only claim to fame. It was a monument to Colonel Oswald Clabber, founder of Wisconsin's cheese industry. And it was the only statue in the world made entirely from Limburger cheese. It was famous throughout Wisconsin.
When the wind is right, it makes a pretty strong impression on Minnesota and North Dakota, too.
Folks came from miles to see this cheesy work of art, always standing carefully to windward of it.
This way, folks. The wind today is from the northwest.
How come you carry an oxygen mask, Fillmore?
Sometimes the wind shifts sudden-like.
Well, I should think a 50-foot statue made of Limburger cheese had enough protection without a guard.
It does really, Waldo. My main job is to catch the little birds that fly over it by mistake.
Well, since Fillmore has a responsible position with the government, I can return to my research.
Research?
Yes, into the laws of probability.
Guess the number of pinto beans in this mason jar and win a prize. What's the prize?
A mason jar full of pinto beans.
During the foregoing airy persiflage, Fillmore had been statue watching, unaware that a couple of sinister types were observing his every move.
Hey, there's a guard on duty.
That worries you?
That worries me.
Look at him closer.
You're right. There's nothing to worry about.
I say, my good man.
That's fair.
Oh. I say, my bear man, do you have the time?
I got all the rage.
I mean, what time is it?
I don't have a watch.
I know, but how about running down and checking the clock on the city hall?
Good idea.
Thanks a mill.
Service to the public is our second motto.
What's your first motto?
If the wind shifts, hold your breath.
Well, he's gone. Let's get to work. And, donning some efficient gas masks, the two mysterious strangers hauled out some heavy equipment and began lifting the statue of Oswald Clabber. Well, what's all this about? We'll find out in our next episode, Out on a Limburger, or Cheese It, the Cops. Well, as you remember, in our last episode, Fillmore the bear actually got a job and went to work.
Oh, come on, Waldo. It's only part-time work.
I don't know what it is about that word, Fillmore.
Fillmore's job was to guard the 100-foot statue of Colonel Oswald Clabber in the Foggy Bog Public Park. It was a job not without its dangers, for that was the only statue in the world made of Limburger cheese.
It's perfectly safe unless I inhale.
But wouldn't you know it? On Fillmore's first day at work, somebody asked him a favor.
Would you mind running down to the city hall and seeing what time it is?
Why don't you look at your watch?
The light's bad here.
That figures.
Careful or that thing will fall on you. And what a terrible way to die.
Let's see. The big hand is on 4, and the little hand is on...
Fillmore, you better get back to the park.
But Hoppity's advice was a little late, for when they returned to the park...
Cry-yi, look at that.
At what?
At nothing.
I got better things to do than standing around looking at nothing, Hoppity. I'm a statue god.
Yeah, and that nothing is a statue you were supposed to be guarding.
Uh-oh.
Somebody swiped our statue of Oswald Clabber.
Who could have did it?
I don't know, but I know who's gonna get blamed for it.
Oh, they wouldn't blame me for that.
Oh, yes, they would.
Oh, no, they wouldn't.
Oh, yes, we would.
Now, just a moment, gentlemen. I'm sure there's a way out of this.
Uncle Waldo!
Just give me a chance to put on my thinking cap.
That looks just like his regular fedora.
I've got it! Mr. Mayor, will you agree not to prosecute Fillmore if he makes restitution?
Make it? I can't even pronounce it.
He means you'll get the statue back.
I will.
If what is more, for a small reward, I will personally guarantee to apprehend the miscreants.
Yes, and we'll catch the guys that done it, too.
Very well, Wigglesworth. We will give you 1 week. If the statue isn't back and the thieves aren't in jail, you will be.
Never fear. Let's take it on the heel and toe.
How are we going to catch them crooks, Waldo?
Who's going to catch any crooks? They're just stalling for time. We're going to take a little vacation. Get it?
Uncle Waldo? Uncle Waldo.
Oh, stop looking at me with those honest, trusting blue eyes, Hoppity.
Uncle Waldo.
All right. We'll catch them.
Uncle Waldo!
Gee, Hoppity, that was wonderful the way you done that.
Now, obviously, this is the work of a gang.
Yeah, one man couldn't lift 2 tons of Limburger cheese.
He'd have to be stronger than a cheese.
I wonder if the same gang has stolen anything else.
Funny Hoppity should say that, for at that moment in Paris, France...
And from here, Madame and Monsieur, we have a magnificent view of that famous Parisian landmark, the Eiffel Tower. Voila!
What voila? There's nothing.
Bleu, we've been robbed.
And in London, England...
Look at this, Carruthers.
What is it, Prime Minister?
Here's a picture I had taken outside of Parliament last year. Here's one I had taken the other day. Notice anything different?
You've put on a bit of weight, Prime Minister.
No, confound it. The clock tower is missing. Big Ben has been stolen.
Big Ben, an English landmark. That's terrible, awful, a national calamity.
Yes. Put on weight, you think?
Well, can all of these robberies of famous monuments and landmarks be part of the same great plot? If not, why would we bother to mention them? And what will our friends do about it?
Yeah, what?
Nothing right now.
How come, Uncle Waldo?
The episode is over.
Oh.
Be sure to see our next one, A Corner in Steel or The Big Robber Band. Well, our friends have got themselves involved in a worldwide treasure hunt. Not only did somebody steal the statue of Oswald Clabber that was made out of Limburger cheese from Porgy Bog's public park, but other scoundrels had made off with a host of other national monuments, including the Eiffel Tower in Paris and Big Ben in London.
Whatever shall we do without Big Ben to chime the hours?
We shall muddle through, Carruthers. Bong, 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 bong. Bong, 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 bong. I say there, it's 4 o'clock.
Oh, good show, sir.
But that wasn't all, for back in the United States...
Now, there's something you don't see every day, Chauncey.
What's that, Edgar?
The Washington Monument. Lots of people see the Washington Monument every day, Edgar. In Pittsburgh?
Hoppity, we're going to need help to find our statue. I suggest we call Washington.
George, Dinah, or Booker T?
D.C.
But our friends weren't the only ones with that idea.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa is gone.
Maybe it's an inside job.
Effendi, some low camel has stolen the Sphinx of Egypt.
We must find Big Ben.
Our Eiffel Tower.
Our statue made out of Limburger cheese.
Our Sphinx.
So does ours.
Flash, in this drastic emergency, the armed forces have been called out to guard all the remaining national landmarks. The Brandenburg Gate, the pyramids, the Acropolis, the Brooklyn Bridge. Uh-oh. Did somebody already steal the Brooklyn Bridge?
Of course not. It was so.
Who sold it?
I did.
Boris Badenov, you're on the wrong program.
If there's a chance to make a dishonest dollar, who cares?
Uncle Waldo, with all those things stolen, how are we going to trace a itty-bitty thing like a 100-foot statue of Limburger cheese?
We'll just have to keep our eyes and ears open.
How about our noses?
Hey, that's it, Fillmore, you've hit it.
Did I bust it?
You're right, Hoppity. The nose knows. We'll track our statue by its odor.
And our friends were soon following a team of specially trained Wisconsin cheesehounds through the trackless wastes of Kenosha, clear to the far uncharted reaches of Kalamazoo.
I think we're getting close, Uncle Waldo.
Why, Hoppity?
Look.
Yes, the keen-nosed hounds had toppled over just in front of a gate in a high wall.
How do we get inside?
There's a sign here that says, visitors press button.
I'll do it, Penstop, if you don't mind. The situation may require some finesse.
Poor Waldo. He's got lots of finesse for a glass jaw.
We gotta find out what's on the other side of that wall.
We will, Hoppity.
Don't push that button again.
Don't worry, Hoppity. Missed me.
Well, I guess it's up to me. Missed me. Missed me. Oh, you got me.
But Hoppity's hot foot was a boon in disguise. For the more he hopped up and down, the higher he got, till finally...
Hey, I can see. Over the wall.
What's there, Hoppity?
Wow. Everything.
Hoppity was right. For there, gathered together in one place, were all of the stolen national monuments, including the Limburger statue of Colonel Clabber. But while Hoppity was looking at all that, somebody was looking at all him. Who is this strange old man? And what is that sinister-looking gadget he's aiming at our hero? And if you aren't worried about these problems, don't you think the statue of Oswald Clabber has been standing in the heat a little long? Watch for our next episode, A Place in the Sun, or That's Clabber All Over.
Boris Badenov appeared on this program courtesy of Rat Fink Productions.
They're found! Hooray! They're found! Our heroes, bless them, finally found all the missing national monuments, even the Limburger statue of Colonel Oswald Clabber. Hidden on a vast estate in the untracked wilds of Kalamazoo, they were spotted by keen-eyed Hoppity Hooper. Unfortunately, he was not only the spotter, but the spottee. The machine acted like a giant vacuum cleaner. It sucked in birds, bushes, garden furniture, and eventually, Hoppity Hooper himself.
Did you see that?
I wished I hadn't.
Something just reached out and got our little pal. We've got to get through that wall. Come on. Once more under the breach, dear friends, once more. Or close the wall up.
No!
Meanwhile...
I know you're in there somewhere.
What happened?
I just used my super-duper scooper on you.
Hey, are you the one who's behind stealing all the national monuments all over the world?
That's right, Sonny. Cyrus Flugelhorn at your service.
Not Cyrus Flugelhorn, the millionaire miser.
Oh, you guessed.
But you're rich. How come you stole all those things?
'Cause nobody would sell them to me, and I wanted to see them.
Well, cry-eye, why didn't you just go see them?
'Cause I can't travel, I get seasick.
Why not fly?
I get plane sick.
Train?
I get sick on roller skates. I even get sick talking about traveling.
Stand back there. Lay on, McDuff.
Hey, name is Fillmore.
There you are, Hoppity.
All right, get out of here, you creep.
Fillmore, pick up that fellow and hit that other fellow with him.
Okay, Waldo.
Now you, stand away from Hoppity, or I shall show you what stuff we Wigglesworths are made of.
Well, what are you made of?
A brag, a groan, and a tank of air.
Listen, fellas, Mr. Flugelhorn here has a problem.
He's got a problem. If we don't get our Limburger statue back to Foggy Bog, then we'll spend the next 4 episodes in the Hoosgo.
Oh, well, go ahead and take it. I seen it already anyway. Besides, I need the room.
How come?
See? They're moving in the George Washington Bridge.
You already have the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yes, and I didn't want to break up a set.
Well, to make a long story interminable, our heroes crated up their Limburger statue of Colonel Clabber and returned it to Foggy Bog. But when the statue was unveiled...
Look at that.
It's Mr. Flugelhorn.
He's out like a light.
The Limburger must have been too much for him.
Get him into the fresh air.
Where am I?
You're in Foggy Bog, Wisconsin.
You mean I traveled all the way here?
Yep. Sniff on that cheese knocked you out, and here you are.
Hot ziggies! My problem is solved.
Yes, you won't have to swipe any more tourist attractions.
You can go see them instead.
Just in time, too. I have some fellas out west stealing Mount Whitney.
Okay, boys, put it back.
From that time on, Cyrus Flugelhorn became a world traveler. One sniff of Foggy Bog Limburger, and he was ready to be crated anywhere.
On to the Riviera! Use no hooks.
Well, sir, the statue of Colonel Clabber was finally back in place. And it was all due to your hero and mine, Hoppity Hooper, who said these famous words.
Gee, Uncle Waldo, the floor is all covered with sand.
Yes, Hoppity, somebody broke my hourglass.
Then I guess it's the end of the episode.
How come?
Our time is run out.
For more sorry japes of the same vintage, be with us next time for more adventures of Hoppity Hooper. Waldo and Fillmore have been doing quite well selling Wigglesworth Indian Guide Elixir.
Guaranteed to grow hair on a billiard ball. That's him, Clyde. Professor Waldo Wigglesworth. He's the one who ruined my business. How's that, boss? He grew hair on my billiard balls. That's how. And now I have to take them to the barber shop every day for a haircut. Did you ever try to put an 8-ball in the side pocket that's been using greasy kid stuff on its hair?
Clem, you know I don't play pool.
Come on, man, let's get him. I'll teach him to grow hair on billiard balls.
Uh-oh, Fillmore, like a big breeze, we must gather our forces and prepare to blow.
After them, varmints!
understand why they're so upset. My elixir lived up to the guarantee.
Professor, did you ever try to put an 8-ball in the side pocket using a ball with greasy kid stuff on its hair?
Yeah, that was close.
But just then...
Fillmore, I think we are finally safe, thanks to my Wheelsworth Indian Guide elixir.
Yeah, gee, Professor. Boy, that was a close one. Good news, Professor. I think they're gone.
Of all the stupid, moronic, imbecilic things to do, Fillmore, you and that brainless bugle are a couple of looby, noddy, dumb noddy, tommy noddy, noodle-foozle nincompoops.
Now, just a minute there.
Blockhead, woodenhead, bonehead.
Now, just a minute, Professor.
Scatterbrain, rattlebrain, featherbrain, giddy-brain, nuts.
Now you've gone too far. I may be all them other things, but I ain't no nut.
You are a nut, Fillmore. You're a Filbert Fillmore nut. You are a nut in spades.
That does it, Waldo. Me and my bugle are going. And good luck to you and your harebrained schemes.
Hi, Professor. Where's Fillmore?
Gone forever, Hoppity, and good riddance. Him and that stupid bugle.
You mean that you two have split up?
Split? Oh, yes, Fillmore split.
But, Professor, you and Fillmore are like ham and eggs,
Arms and legs,
shoes and socks,
bagels and locks,
star and twinkle.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. I know, Hoppity, and everything would have been all right except for one thing.
What's that, Waldo?
I can't stand him.
Meanwhile, Fillmore decided to take an eastbound freight out of town. But due to a slight miscalculation in train schedules, he was on his way to the next town on foot.
Holy smokes, it's the fuzz.
Little knowing behind the next signboard were two notorious gangsters named Costra and Nostra.
What is that, Nostra? That's a big, hairy guy playing a bugle, Costra. You're putting me on, right? No. He's sitting there blowing this here bugle. Now, look. I know a bugle. If there's one thing I know, it's a bugle. I was in the army, see? And a bugle goes... And that ain't no bugle. That's a bugle, all right. Say, he's just the guy we're looking for our next caper. Hey, big hairy fella, how'd you like to join up with us?
What do I have to do?
All you gotta do is just blow your bugle.
Just blow my bugle?
Just blow your bugle.
Do I get a coffee break?
What Fillmore didn't know was that the notorious Costra Nostra brothers were planning to spirit away the son of multimillionaire Faubus Flytrap, the insecticide king, whose motto, "A little dab'll kill ya," was known the world over. Just how they are planning to use Fillmore, I don't quite know.
I don't quite know either. Well, watch the next episode then, stupid. Okay.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, do tune in to the next episode. The Icebox Caper, or Fillmore Blows It Cool. In our last episode, Waldo and Fillmore had split up, Waldo going his way and Fillmore going his way. But it so happened that as Fillmore was leaving town, he ran into a pair of notorious crooks named Costra and Nostra.
That's us. Say, big hairy fella, how would you like to join up with us?
What do I have to do?
All you gotta do is blow your bugle.
At last. Music lovers.
What Fillmore didn't know was that the Costra Nostra brothers were planning on stealing the son of millionaire Faubus Flytrap and holding him for ransom.
Pardon me for seeming stupid, but just how are we going to use a bugle-blowing bear in this caper?
Look, every day Flytrap takes the kid and his baby buggy into the park, right?
Except when it rains, right.
Well, a bugle-blowing bear's quite a novelty. I mean, how many times you been in a park and seen a bugle-blowing bear? I mean, it's downright uncommon.
But he plays so downright bad.
That don't matter. Nobody's expecting chopin out of a stupid bear.
But I still don't see.
When he starts blowing his stupid bugle, all the people in the stupid park are going to flock around him. Faubus Flytrap Jr. will be left unguarded. Then we snake him and we nab him.
Meanwhile, Waldo had a change of heart and realized that he had been harsh to Fillmore. Both he and Hoppity set out to find him.
What made me say the things I did, Hoppity? How could I do it?
It was probably anger at the spur of the moment.
No, it was anger at his bugle. You know what I called him? I called him a noodle-foozle nincompoop.
Well, that was rather strong.
We must find him, Hoppity, so that I can beg his forgiveness.
It wasn't going to be as easy as Waldo thought to track down Fillmore, because he hadn't reckoned on such obstacles as Susan Swivel Hips.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
What's the matter, Waldo?
You gotta go back. That's what's the matter.
But I thought you wanted to find Fillmore and apologize.
Of course I want to find Fillmore and apologize, but don't you see, Susan, if she catches me, I'm a goner. I'll be married so fast it'll make your head spin.
But Waldo, think of something. Use your brain.
Hoppity, my boy, I've got it! Subterfuge.
Subterfuge?
We'll disguise ourselves.
Oh. Oh, may I see the baby?
Oh, well, certainly, my dear.
Coochie, coochie, coo.
Did-dip, did-dip.
What did he say?
He has a bad cold.
Well, you ought to keep him bundled up, honey. He's got enough bad news going for him without getting pneumonia.
Oh, yes. Now, if you'll excuse us.
Camphorated oil.
What?
Rub his chest with camphorated oil. I just happen to have some here.
Madam, that really won't be necessary. Oh, dear.
Now, big hairy fella, you see by this map here, you are to stand at this here X. And when I give the signal, you start to blow your bugle.
I stand on this X and blow my bugle.
And you blow that there bugle like you never blown it before.
I stand on that X and I blow that there bugle like I've never blown it before.
Nostra, are you sure this is going to work?
Madam, I cannot permit you to rub this child with camphorated oil.
But it'll do him a world of good.
Please, get after him.
All right, now everybody synchronize their watches.
But I ain't got no watch.
Don't you worry about a watch. Just blow your bugle.
All right.
Not now. I'll tell you when. All right, men, let's go.
My baby!
And at that very moment, in accord with the diabolical plan of the Costra Nostra brothers, Faubus Flytrap left for the park with Faubus Flytrap Jr.
That's my boy.
Will the Costra Nostra brothers get away with their scheme? Will Waldo and Susan save Hoppity before the light changes? See our next episode. A lark in the park, or will the real Faubus Flytrap please stand up? In our last episode, the notorious Costra Nostra brothers had decided to use Fillmore in their diabolical plot to steal the Faubus Flytrap baby. All right, everybody synchronize their watches.
I ain't got no watch.
Don't worry about the watch. Just blow your bugle.
All right.
Not now. I'll tell you when. All right, men, let's go. And at that very moment, as he did every day, Faubus Flytrap left for the park with Faubus Flytrap Jr.
Meanwhile, Waldo and Hoppity, in order to escape from Susan Swivelhips, had disguised themselves. However, the baby got away from them and...
My goodness, what in the world is that? By George, it's a bugle-playing bear.
Okay, now's the time. Let's go. Now, on a caper like this, split-second timing is everything.
Hey, fellas, aren't you going to stay and listen to my encore?
Look, Fillmore, it's split time. Why don't you get lost?
Now, just a minute. Are you guys trying to get rid of me?
Yeah, sweetie. All we want you to do is blow.
All right. For a minute there, I thought you were trying to get rid of me.
Will you get rid of that creep?
Creep?
Did you think I said creep? What I said was bleep. I like the way you make that bleep with your bugle.
Yeah? Well, what's that in the blanket?
Well, as a matter of fact, nothing. Costra always carries that blanket ever since childhood. You see, he's very insecure.
Yeah. It's a substitute for when I used to suck my thumb, see?
There's something moving around in that blanket.
Well, that's me, Fillmore. See? Do-do-do-do-do. Ma-ma-ma-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Costra, you almost blew a whole kidnapping deal with your stupid dance. Oops.
Uh-huh. I knew you two was up to no good. And here all the time, I thought you liked my bugle playing.
All right, everybody back up against that fence. Hurry up. Put your hands up. Not you, stupid. You're one of us.
Oh, that's right. I'm one of them. Us. Get those hands up.
Oh, shut up and see if Falbus Flytrap Jr.'s all right.
He's all right, but man, he sure is ugly. This is about the ugliest baby I've ever seen.
Look, we didn't kidnap him to enter him in a beauty contest. Bring him over here. Oh, Costra. You want to know why the Falbus Flytrap baby is so ugly? You want to know that, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to know that, Nostra.
Because what you swiped is not the Falbus Flytrap baby. What you swiped is a big frog.
Impossible. What would a frog be doing in a baby carriage?
How do I know? All I know is...
Hoppity!
Fillmore!
Oh, that figures. These two know each other. Why not? A bugle-blowing bear and a frog dressed up like a baby? Get over against that fence, frog, and not another croak on you. Meanwhile, Waldo and Susan finally arrived at the park.
Oh, thank goodness he's safe. After a harrowing experience like that, it's a wonder his hair hasn't turned gray.
Big Bug! Kill Big Bug!
Well, his hair may not have turned gray, but he certainly does look different.
Well, he looks different because this baby is not Hoppity Hooper.
What happened to your voice, dear?
Oh, now let me explain, Susan.
Waldo!
What are we going to do with him, boss?
Get rid of him, that's what we're going to do. Because I got a feeling this frog has a big mouth.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Look at that, Susan. Hoppity and Fillmore are in real trouble.
Well, don't just stand there. Go and save them.
I cannot go and save them, Susan.
Why not, Waldo?
Because you are standing on my skirt.
Will Susan and Waldo arrive in time? Tune in to our next episode. Hoppity Hooper's blooper, or Costra Nostra does the bossa nova. Remember, in our last episode, Waldo and Hoppity disguised themselves to elude Susan Swivelhips. And due to a mix-up in the park, the Costra Nostra brothers kidnapped Hoppity instead of Falbus Flytrap Jr.
Costra, you want to know why the Falbus Flytrap baby is so ugly? You want to know that, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to know that, Nostra.
Because what you kidnapped is not the father's flytrap, baby. What you kidnapped is a big frog.
Of course, at a time like this, you'd expect Fillmore to come to the rescue. Unfortunately, he was already being held at bay.
They're also held up against this fence.
What are we going to do with them, boss?
Get rid of him, that's what we're gonna do. Because I got a feeling this frog has a big mouth.
What Nostra did not know was that at that moment, Waldo had a sudden thought.
Susan, we must save Hoppity. How are we going to get rid of him, Nostra?
We'll make it look like an accident. See that cliff over there? Well...
Hey, that was pretty slick, Nostra. We sure got rid of them. Now, let's get out of here.
No, I want to wait for the zonk.
The zonk?
Yeah, the zonk when they hit the bottom.
Did you hear that, Fillmore? They're waiting for us to go zonk. Make a zonk for the people, Fillmore.
They're all right, Hoppity.
There. Now we can leave.
That was a zonk?
Well, it'll have to do. Let's go.
All right, get those hands up. Uh-oh, it's the fuzz.
Hey, what do you take us for, amateurs? That's nothing but a cane.
Just a cane, eh? Well, watch this.
How did you do that, Susan?
All right, get those hands up.
There isn't even a trigger.
Will you stop playing with that stupid cane? We are trying to find Hoppity and Fillmore.
That's odd. I've had this cane for 20 years. I've never done that before. Oh, quite right, my dear. But what have you two done with Hoppity and Fenswick?
Never heard of him. Have you heard of him, Costra?
Do you have to blow that confounded bugle, Fillmore? Can't you see that I'm in the midst of interrogating these cutthroats? Now, where was I? I'm not going to tell you again, Fillmore, to stop playing that stupid bugle.
Waldo, Fillmore isn't here. We are trying to find Fillmore.
You mean I'm imagining I'm hearing Fillmore play the bugle?
No, it seems to be coming from over there.
Oh, there you are, Wilberforce. Here, grab my cane.
Now we're in a fine mess.
Never fear. Susan's swivel hips won't let us down.
There. Now let's beat it, Costra. Costra? Costra?
Waldo, this is terrible.
I told you, Hoppity, Susan is our only hope. Susan is our only hope, and you tied her to a tree. Right, Nostra?
What are we going to do now?
At a time like this, a moment of great stress, it's time to use a little brain power. Hoppity, what is it that you hoopers do so well?
Well, we,
You jump! That's what you do now, Hoppity. When I count 3, I want you to jump.
But, Waldo, it's 5,000 feet to the bottom of this cliff.
I don't want you to jump down. I want you to jump up.
So Hoppity, perching on the top of Fillmore's shoulders, jumped to the top of the cliff, releasing Susan. Both of them pulled the others up and out of danger.
The Costra Nostra brothers. Caught you at last.
They're safe at last.
Listen, Waldo, baby. He's playing our song.
There are some things that are more than a grown man can stand.
Don't fail to tune in next time for the further adventures of Hoppity Hooper. we begin our story, let's look at our cast of characters, shall we? First, here's Hoppity Hooper, our hero.
Hiya, hero worshippers.
Next in line is Fillmore, the strongest bear in captivity.
Captivity, Wisconsin, that is.
And last but not least is Waldo Wigglesworth. He too is famous.
True, true.
Waldo's well-known features look down from the walls of post offices and police stations all over the country.
That's him, officer. That's the one. I'd know that foxy look anywhere.
After him! Well, lads, here we go again. Into the truck.
They're getting on us, Waldo.
Quick, Casimir, get the secret weapon.
That's a secret weapon?
It's an inflatable Waldo.
An inflatable Waldo?
Yeah, a balloon shaped just like Waldo.
A balloon shaped...
Will you stop repeating the dialogue and pull the lever?
Okay.
Quick, toss it out.
There he is, standing by the side of the road.
Careful, boys. He's tricky.
He looks dizzy, Captain.
He did it that, for a strong breeze began to blow the Waldo balloon along the road.
He's making a run for it.
Stop! Stop or I'll shoot.
Gee, I only tried to wing him.
He got him on the rise, Chief.
I always heard Wigglesworth was full of hot air, but this is ridiculous. Meanwhile, our friends, safe at last, had stopped to let their truck cool off.
Gee, Uncle Waldo, why was that man so mad at you?
Just because I sold him 1,000 gallons of pure, sparkling well water.
Well, what's wrong with that?
It was supposed to be an oil well.
Oh.
Just a slight misunderstanding, Hoppity. Oh, how long must I be persecuted by the minions of the law?
Well, as the fellow says, if you can't lick 'em, join 'em.
What was that?
I said if you can't lick 'em, join 'em.
What does that mean, Hoppity?
I don't know, Fillmore. It's just what the fellow says.
But of course, Hoppity, that's the way to keep on the right side of the law. We'll become detectives ourselves.
You mean like on television?
Exactly. We'll be private eyes.
I can't be a private eye, Waldo.
How come?
I got 2 stripes. I gotta be a corporal eye.
But Waldo insisted, and in just a few days' time, their medicine show truck had been turned into a traveling detective agency.
The I Spy Detective Agency. Waldo Wigglesworth, Chief Snoop.
And here comes our first client. Get ready, Alfredo. Welcome, sir. What can we do for you?
I just lost my bowling ball. Can you find it?
Lost articles? Kindly step into our Swami's parlor.
Swami?
Yeah, that's me.
The Swami is in a trance.
I could tell.
Swami, do you see this gentleman's lost bowling ball?
Yes, yes. I see it before me now.
You do? Where is it?
Right here.
Oh, but Denver, that's remarkable.
Here, this is for finding it so quickly.
Oh, thank you.
And this is for taking it in the first place.
Confound it, Beaufort. I told you to pick up a crystal ball.
The crystal balls are harder to pick up, Waldo.
You mean they're scarce?
No, I mean they don't have them little holes in them for your fingers.
Hey, look, here comes another customer.
But this customer's request wasn't going to be as easy to fill as the first.
Is this the I Spy Detective Agency?
At your service, sir. I spy. We never sleep.
We may doze off from time to time, but...
My name is Badly Bent, with a hyphen.
Gee, that's too bad.
And I want you to find the lost Duchess of Dashit Hall.
The lost Duchess of Dashit Hall?
You lost a duchess?
Seems a bit careless somehow.
But at that moment, a sinister figure outside lobbed a large, round object at the window. An object with a fuse attached to it. And it isn't a crystal ball or a bowling ball either. Don't miss our next episode, The Lowdown on the Blow-Up, or... Hallelujah, I'm a bum. Well, at Hoppity's suggestion, Waldo has joined the forces of law and order by organizing the I Spy Detective Agency. And already they've got a big case.
I want you chaps to find the lost Duchess of Dashet Hall.
Duchesses are our specialty.
They are?
But at that moment, a mysterious figure tossed a large bomb with a sputtering fuse right at the window of the truck.
No, let's get out of here.
No, we mustn't panic. Let's remain calm.
But.
Now, the thing to do with bombs is to put them into a bucket of water, right?
Right you are, old bean.
Quick, Desmond, get a bucket.
Okay, Waldo. Let's see, now where did I put that bucket?
Hurry, Fillmore!
Let's see, is it in here? No, that's the ironing board.
We gotta put out the fuse. Couldn't we use something besides a bucket?
It really isn't correct, old boy.
Here's the bucket.
Now fill it with water.
Waldo, you know we don't have running water in the truck.
There's a little stream just down the hill.
Right.
You see, Hoppity, you've got to be calm, bossy thing.
But that fuse is getting mighty short.
Here you are, Waldo.
Wait a minute, that bucket's empty.
I wonder why.
I think this is why.
No bottom.
Oh, my goodness. Now what?
Isn't that infuriating? Things like this never happened to James Bond.
Hey, I've got an idea.
Yes?
Why don't we just do this?
Hey, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
He's already done it, Egbert.
Oh, yeah.
Now, why would anybody want to toss a bomb into here?
Well, it certainly helped the plot.
And besides that...
But who did it?
Well, gentlemen, you certainly have a choice. These criminals are all after the missing Duchess. They were just trying to frighten you off the case.
They did a pretty good job, too.
Come on, Fillmore, be a man.
Actually, you know, I'm more of a bear.
All right, now tell us about the Duchess. How tall is she?
She's 12 feet tall.
12 feet tall?
Gee, that's twice as tall as Fillmore.
And I'm big for my age.
Well, that reminds me. How old is she?
120.
Well, I'll say this. She'll certainly stand out in a crowd.
But while Waldo was taking notes, a short distance away, a mean-looking band of cutthroats and thugs were listening to the leader of their gang, Lime Juice Louie.
Well, it seems that Froggy type and his friends are out to find the lost Duchess. All those in favor of chastising him say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Why do you vote no, Muggsy?
On account I don't know what chastising means.
Well, chastising means... and this. And this. Now, do you know what chastising means?
I think I get the general idea.
Now, let's see if I've got the picture. The Duchess is 12 feet tall, 120 years old, and was last seen wearing a hoop skirt and a powdered wig.
What was she doing in America, Mr. Badley Bent?
She was on loan from Great Britain.
What?
It's simple, Hoppity. We send them our old missiles, and they send us their old Duchesses.
Oh.
So our boys set out to find the lost Duchess of Dashet Hall. First, they searched all the beauty parlors. They checked all the ladies' Turkish baths. They even kept track of all the bargain sales.
I tell you, I saw this hat first.
No, you didn't, dearie. I saw it first.
Ladies, I was wearing it when I came in.
You came out of it.
Well, Mr. Badly Bent, we tried anyway.
Gee, we should have been able to spot a 120-year-old lady who's 12 feet tall.
With a hoop skirt and a powdered wig.
And don't forget the big gold frame.
What gold frame?
The frame around the picture.
Wait a minute. You mean the lost Duchess of Dashet Hall is a picture?
Well, she certainly is. And there she goes now. She's being spirited away by Lime Juice Louie and his gang.
Perhaps he's right. We'll find out next time in Portrait of a Thief or Lime Juice Louie Gets Framed. Well, in our last episode, we finally met the lost Duchess of Dashet Hall. She was indeed 12 feet tall, 120 years old, and surrounded by a solid gold frame. For the Lost Duchess was really an enormous full-length oil painting worth a fortune.
And right now, she's in possession of Lime Juice Louie and his band of cutthroats.
That's us.
Heavens, that was Lime Juice Louie and his band of cutthroats.
I heard the man.
But perhaps the audience didn't.
Well, let's get after them.
The charge!
Hey, Louie, what's the idea of driving right by those guys? Now they're chasing us.
Correct. They're chasing us right into a trap.
What kind of trap, boss?
Observe closely.
Oh, frip-frap, a detour.
Well, we can't stop now. Drive on, Stanislaus.
My name is...
Well, ta-ta, ducks.
Yeah. We'll see you later, fellas.
Oh, I'm afraid not, Muggsy.
How come?
Take a deco at that.
Oh, horrors. Our friends have been decoyed into driving onto a set of railroad tracks.
Now, let's see. This detour ought to take us by way of Mont Chunk and Kennebunkport.
It's sure a smooth road for a detour, Waldo.
What was that?
Just a grade crossing. The grade crossing?
Yike, we're on the railroad track.
Quick, turn the wheel, Eustace.
I can't, Waldo. We fit too tight.
Gee, what do we do if a train comes along?
We better decide in a hurry, chaps. Here comes one now.
Step on it, Bunthorne.
The name is Fillmore.
It's gonna be mud if you don't beat that train. Go!
And Fillmore pushed the gas pedal to the floorboard. Slowly, the truck pulled ahead of the speeding train.
Something you don't see every day, Chauncey.
What's that, Edgar?
A truck on a railroad track being chased by a train?
Oh, I don't know, Edgar. Happens all the time on the Bullwinkle show.
True.
We're winning, Uncle Waldo. We're pulling ahead of the train.
But just then...
Oh, what is it, Fillmore?
I don't know, Professor.
I don't look. We're running out of gas.
And the train's gaining on us.
Well, there's only one thing to do. I want to jump for it.
And leave us to our fate? What kind of a hero are you?
A smart one. You see that switch up ahead there?
Yeah?
I'm going to jump for it.
What have you missed?
You'll just have to change the name of this program to the Waldo Wigglesworth Show.
Good luck, Hoppity.
The Waldo Wigglesworth Show.
Hoppity climbed out onto the running board, crouched, judged the distance, and at precisely the right instant... Yes, the train was switched onto another track and roared out of sight while Waldo's truck coasted safely to a stop.
Everybody okay?
Hoppity, my lad! You've saved our lives! You're a hero! Give him a fanfare, Beauregard!
Shucks, that was nothing.
Well, only one thing that puzzles me, though.
What's that?
I wonder where that train is going to wind up.
I'll tell you where. Right in the middle of another program entirely.
Well, all's well and as well, I guess.
What do you mean, N? You haven't found the Lost Duchess yet.
Gee, I almost forgot.
And here's your chance, gentlemen, for here she comes now.
Yes, far down the road, Lime Juice Louie's car was hurtling toward them.
Gee, they'll have to go under that bridge, Uncle Waldo.
Hoppity, are you thinking what I think you're thinking?
I think so.
No, Hoppity, it's too dangerous. I forbid it. I put my foot down. What's that for?
You put your foot down in the wrong place.
Well, what dangerous scheme does our hero have in mind? We'll find out next time in What's Cooking or Hoppity's Plots and Plans. on the trail of the lost Duchess of Dashet Hall, a valuable painting stolen by Lime Juice Louie and his gang. Now, Louie's car is approaching an overpass on which our friends are waiting.
No, I won't let you do it, Hoppity.
Do what, Waldo?
When that car goes under the bridge, I'm going to swing down and grab the painting.
But that's dangerous.
But we'll save the painting.
It's foolhardy.
We're out with those crooks.
It's out of the question.
We'll get a reward.
Let's go.
So, when Louie's car went under the bridge...
Hey, what happened?
We've been on, Froggle, that's what.
You did it, Hoppity.
Okay, fellas, pull me up.
But the painting's too heavy. We can't lift you both up.
Drop it, Hoppity.
No, sir. Now that we've got it, we're not going to let go of it.
Maybe Mr. Badly Bent could help us, Egbert.
Yeah, I'll go ask him.
No!
Oh, Mr. Badly Bent.
No, go!
What is it, Fillmore?
Never mind.
Meanwhile, the gang had turned their car around and were heading toward our heroes.
Hey, they ain't here.
True, the only person near the bridge was a sign painter who was lettering a billboard.
They must have snuck off on a side road, Louie.
Well, on with the chase. Yoicks, tally-o, and all that rot.
Did it work, Hoppity?
Like a charm, Uncle Waldo.
Quick, into the truck. And on to Dashet Hall.
And a short time later, our friends entered Dashet Hall, ancestral home of the Earl of Cloves.
There you are, sir. The lost Duchess returns.
I say, chaps, that's splendid. Now, let me just get rid of that dreadful painting.
You didn't want the picture?
Of course not, little green one. I wanted the frame. It's solid gold, you know.
Oh, boy. What about the reward?
Oh, yes, of course. Tell you what, you can have the picture.
Thanks for nothing.
He ain't exactly a heavy tipper, is he?
Well, anyway, we got this keen, big picture.
Oi, chaps. I'm from the Manchester Guardian. Like to take your picture for the morning edition.
Why, certainly, young man. The name is Wigglesworth, W-I-G.
Doesn't he sound familiar to you?
Yeah, I think it's really Alfred Hitchcock.
No, but I've heard that voice somewhere.
Now, I'd like you to pose with your hands up in the air, please.
Our hands in the air? Why?
This is why.
It's Lime Juice Louie.
What do you say, Hoppity? Shall we jump him?
No, I think we ought to put our hands in the air.
He can't get all of us.
Hoppity's right, Fillmore. Put your hands up.
Well, that takes care of Lime Juice Louie.
It also takes care of the lost Duchess. So what are we going to do with a painting with a big hole in it?
Leave it to Uncle Waldo, I guess.
Hmm?
Look.
Yes, Waldo was getting an idea. And so now, if you happen to be in Foggy Bog, Wisconsin, any Saturday afternoon, drop by the fairgrounds and you'll hear...
Step right up, folks. 3 sponges for a dime. Dunk the Duchess and win a prize. Right this way.
Oh. Oh. Oh, this is most humiliating, Hoppity.
You mean getting hit with sponges, Louie?
No. Working at an honest job. It just ain't my nature.
And as the sun sinks slowly behind our soggy scenery, we take leave of our friends once more. With saddened hearts and tear-filled eyes, we...
Oh, wait a minute. We're coming back again with another story.
Sure, we'll be back before you can say toy boat 3 times real fast.
Toy boat,
Well, watch for the further adventures of Hoppity Hooper. Toy boat, Tordo boy.
Toy boy,
In the middle of Wisconsin, you'll always find con. And the greatest con man of them all is Professor Waldo Wigglesworth.
Beauregard, where are you?
Please, Professor, the name is Fillmore.
Of course it is. Well, Ethelred, how does our bank balance stand?
It don't stand, Professor. It lies down flat.
Like that, huh? Well, it would seem time to begin another Wigglesworth enterprise.
What's it gonna be this time?
Quiet, Alfredo. I think I hear it coming.
That ain't an idea, Waldo. That's Hoppity Hooper.
Hi, Uncle Waldo.
Don't interrupt him, Hoppity. He's getting an idea.
Well, I just came over to see if you fellas wanted to play ball.
What kind of ball? A foot, basket, or base?
Baseball, of course. We use the old vacant lot as a baseball diamond.
Wait, Hoppity. That's it. That's it.
What'd I say? What'd I say?
Stand back, Hoppity. He's at it again.
What is it this time, Uncle Waldo?
The vacant lot. Diamonds.
Baseball diamonds?
No, my boy, real diamonds lying about on the ground. Yours for the picking. Come on. There you are.
Gee, all I see is a vacant lot. I don't see any diamonds.
Quick, Arbogast, hand me my palette. No, that's my soft palette. Give me my hard palette.
And within minutes, Waldo had painted a sign on the side of the truck.
Big diamond hunt.
Come one, come all. $1 admission.
Keep all the diamonds you find free of charge. But nobody's ever found a diamond here.
Say not so. Look, this here is my very own diamond stick pin.
Those big things are diamonds?
No, they're glass. The little one in the middle is a diamond. Now, I cover my eyes. I throw this stick pin over my shoulder.
Oh, my stick pin. Lost. Shall I ever find it? Isn't that terrible?
Gee, I'm sorry, Waldo.
Don't be sorry. Help me look for it.
It's no use, Waldo. The grass is too long.
Well, maybe I can help with that.
How, Hoppity?
Like this.
And quickly hopping up and down on the grass with his big froggy feet, Hoppity pounded it flat as a pancake.
And there's your diamond stick pin.
You found it, Hoppity.
Say, mister, is there really diamonds on this vacant lot?
Well, I just saw one just a little while ago.
Did anybody ever really find a diamond here?
Tell the gentleman, Hoppity, did you ever find a diamond here?
Well, sure, just about a minute ago, but gee...
Hot diggity, here's my $1 admission.
That'll be another 50 cents.
For what?
Wear and tear on the shovel.
There's my $1 for admission.
I'll take one of those.
I'll take one.
Come on, there's my $1.
In less time than it takes to tell, the lot was full of Waldo's customers, all trying to find a diamond. Needless to say, they didn't have much luck.
Gee, Uncle Waldo, they think there's really diamonds there.
Are you sure there aren't, Hoppity?
Well, no, but I don't think
Neither do they. You couldn't get them to stop now.
Hey, mister, there's really no diamonds here.
Trying to get this spot for yourself, huh, kid? Beat it.
So when night fell, the vacant lot was riddled with holes dug by the hopeful diamond hunters.
Gee, anytime you try to get something for nothing, you'll find somebody to give you nothing for something.
I wish I'd said that.
Now, how do we sell these holes? Do-it-yourself oil wells, maybe.
How about individual-sized swimming pools?
Not bad, Bagley.
But as Waldo spoke, a strange set of metal arms emerged from the hole he was standing by.
Fillmore, look!
Look out, Waldo!
Too late. The weird metal claws seized Waldo, and he disappeared from sight. Quick as a flash, Hoppity hopped to the edge of the hole.
Give me your hand, Uncle Waldo.
He can't give you his hand, Hoppity.
Well, why not, I wonder? We'll find out next time in Sandy Claus Strikes Again, or How's That Grab You? Last time, you may recall, Waldo Wigglesworth had turned a vacant lot into a do-it-yourself diamond mine. And when the day was over, wound up as proud possessor of 200 holes in the ground.
Maybe I could start a giant-sized miniature golf course.
But at that moment, a pair of wicked-looking claws came out of one of the holes and whisked Waldo from sight. Hoppity and Fillmore dashed to the rescue.
Quick, Waldo, give me your hand.
He can't give you his hand, Hoppity. He's not there.
It was true. The hole was empty.
But he just can't disappear like that, Fillmore.
It's not like him to leave without saying goodbye.
We better notify the police.
What for? He didn't do nothing.
They'll help us find him.
Oh, yeah.
And Fillmore and Hoppity started back across the lot. But as they drew near the truck...
Oh!
Come on, Fillmore.
I don't think I'd better.
How come?
On account of something has got me by the ankle. And I think I... Oh!
Well, now we'll never know what Fillmore thought, for when Hoppity hopped to the hole...
It's empty. Gee, this is awful. What am I going to do?
That question was easily answered, for in the next second...
Oops!
Well, boys and girls, here we are left with a vacant lot full of holes and no more story. Unless, of course... But no, that couldn't happen, could it? I mean, a pair of claws just couldn't take us and it...
Where are we, Uncle Waldo?
We're underground, that's for sure.
How'd we get here?
Those things pulled us under.
Yes, there they were, the strange-looking metal claws. And holding on to the other end of them was an even stranger-looking creature.
Great Godfrey, who are you? My name is Gobo.
Question number 2, what are you?
Just an ordinary mole people.
Mole people?
Come this way, Earth folk.
Hey, he ran right into the wall.
Sure he did. He's got his eyes shut.
Then, as our friends watched in amazement, the odd-looking creature dug right into the side of the tunnel wall and disappeared in a few seconds.
Follow me.
Follow him they did, as the mole man dug a tunnel ahead of him.
Don't you mole people have regular tunnels you can use?
Sure, but this is a freeway.
How come you're still digging this one?
I'm taking a shortcut.
In the next moment, the mole man broke through into a large underground chamber full of mole folk, all moving about busily.
But they all keep bumping into each other.
Small wonder they've all got their eyes closed.
And that's why they got them spring-shaped tails.
Yes, it gives them a little something to fall back on.
Make way for His Majesty King Glubby the Third.
Greetings, Earth people.
We're over here.
Well, oh, so you are.
Your Majesty, would you mind telling me why you put the snatch on me and my friends?
Well, it was all that digging you were doing up there.
Well, what about it?
We got tired of ducking shovels.
Well, we didn't know there was anybody living down here.
Yes, and quite a spread, to it.
Wait, it's coming. It's coming.
Now, what is it, Waldo?
Glorioski, this is an idea. This whole layout here, what a tourist attraction it would make.
Yeah?
I can see it all. For a truly different vacation, go underground. Visit the Mole Folk Riviera. Spend delightful weeks close to the soil. See how the other half lives. Get away from it all. No telephones, no traffic problems, no jet planes. Just restful routes.
You think people would really like to spend time underground, Uncle Waldo?
Everybody does, sooner or later, Hoppity.
But on purpose?
Oh, I'm afraid you don't understand. We like our privacy. So, you see, I can't let you go upstairs anymore.
What?
Because you'll tell everybody that we're here, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
I would. Let's face it, fellas, I'm a big blabbermouth.
So you'll just have to stay right here.
Well, our friends are really in a hole.
Did you have to say that?
But we'll see if they can make it to the top next time in 6 Feet Under or The Mole Folks at Home. Well, Waldo Wigglesworth's attempt to start a do-it-yourself diamond mine came to grief when all the digging disturbed a strange race of underground dwellers called the Mole People. Their response was immediate. Now our friends are held captive far beneath the earth by King Glubby III.
Well, if he thinks I'm going to spend the rest of my days growing mushrooms down here, he's out of his pointed head.
Yeah, what are you going to do, Waldo?
I'm going right to the top, that's what.
But King Glubby is the top, Uncle Waldo.
Not that kind of top, Hoppity. I'm going to the top of this room and dig my way up to the surface. Give me a hand, Athelstane.
Yeah, the name is Fillmore, Waldo.
This is no time to quibble. Bend over.
Waldo clambered up onto Fillmore's broad shoulders and with his cane began to dig furiously at the ceiling. But suddenly...
Look out, the ceiling's coming down.
What happened?
Offhand, I'd say you dug your way into somebody's bathroom.
I should have known this place probably has hundreds of levels to it. Calm yourself, madam. This is as much a shock to me as it is to you.
Well, excuse me. What's going on here?
Oh, nothing, Your Majesty. This lady just dropped in on us unexpectedly, that's all.
Excuse me.
You weren't trying to escape, were you?
Us? Escape? We love it here.
It's cozy.
I'm glad he keeps his eyes closed or he'd know what's going on.
Unfortunately, at that moment, King Glubby bumped into the bathtub.
Excuse me, but what's this? A bathtub?
Yeah, we play hard, but we play clean.
Besides, we thought we'd redecorate a little.
The bathtubs are just the right size for growing mushrooms, you know.
This tub is from G level. This is H level. You tried to get out through the ceiling, didn't you?
You can't blame a fella for trying to rise in the world, can you?
Besides, we couldn't find the stairs.
Guards! Guards! Excuse me. Take the Earth people to the lowest level and keep them there.
Gee, Uncle Waldo, then we'll never get out.
We've got to make a run for it, Hoppity.
They all got their eyes closed, remember?
But we can hear extremely well. After them!
Uh-oh, there's only one thing to do now.
What's that?
This.
And Hoppity began hopping rapidly from place to place.
Seize him!
But with their eyes closed tight and confused by the sound of Hoppity's hopping, the guards bumped hopelessly into each other.
Excuse me.
Now, let's get out of here.
The charge!
In a flash, our friends were out of the room and running down an underground passage, pursued by King Glubby and the guards.
After them!
Now, which way?
We got a considerable choice.
This way to the underground river.
This way to the root cellar.
This way to the salt mines.
None of them sound exactly sunshiny, do they?
Better decide in a hurry. Those spears look mighty sharp.
And who wants to wind up as an underground shish kebab?
Yike! Look at that! This way to the elevator.
At last. Get in. Get in. That was a close one. They almost had us.
I think maybe they still do.
How's that?
Look at the control panel. This elevator only goes one way.
Down!
Well, it's either take the elevator down or invite those guards to come in.
And this place is really too small for entertaining. Let's go, Hoppity.
They're going down after them.
So when our friends arrived on the next level down and opened the door...
Yike! Here they come!
Quick, close it.
Then began a frantic downward race.
I think we must be gaining on them.
Well, there's only one thing that I worry about.
What's that?
I wonder what happens when we hit bottom.
Well, Hoppity didn't have to wonder long, but the rest of us will have to wait till next time. Real low down, or Hoppity gets to the bottom of things. by King Glubby III and his mole folks at home, our friends leaped into a nearby elevator, only to discover a remarkable thing.
This elevator only goes down.
Isn't that remarkable?
So down they went, pursued by the mole men. Down, down, down. Then suddenly the elevator crashed into an enormous spring at the bottom of the shaft. And immediately shot upward again.
Oh, podunk, frip-frap, and other expressions of regal displeasure.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
What happened, Hoppity?
Didn't you hear that big sprung, Fillmore?
I thought that was me.
No, that was a big spring at the bottom of the elevator shaft.
Then you mean...
Yep, that spring sprang us back with a sprung.
You're putting me on, right?
Nope, I'm putting you off right now.
And Hoppity braked the elevator car to a stop on one of the upper levels of Mole City.
Come, God, let us not stay upon the order of our going.
Even better, let's get out of here.
The boys dashed down the underground tunnel, but suddenly...
Hold it, that sounds like somebody crying.
They're crying out loud, too.
Somebody's in trouble.
Yes, it's us.
No, wait. It's coming from in here.
Say, isn't that the mole man who captured us in the first place?
It sure is. Hey, Gobo.
Is that you, Earth people?
Yeah, what happened to you?
King Glubby got mad at me because you fellas got loose. He put me to work on this rock pile.
Making little ones out of big ones, eh?
Gee, we're sorry. That looks like hard work.
It is. I never seen such hard rocks.
How could you? You won't open your eyes.
True. They must be on this level somewhere.
Hurry up. It's the king and them fellas with the spears.
Well, it's been nice chatting with you, Gobo, but I'm afraid we
Uncle Walter, we can't leave Gobo like this.
we can't?
We could try.
But it's our fault he's in trouble.
Oh, very well. Ulrich, grab the ball and chain.
Right, Professor.
Well, Fillmore lifted the heavy ball and chain, and the happy mole man dashed out with our friend.
Not this way. They've got this end of the tunnel blocked.
They got this end blocked, too.
Well, this is it. I want to say it's been swell working with you fellas.
But just a minute. You forget I'm a mole, people.
So you're going to cop out on us, are you?
No, I'm going to dig out instead.
And Gobo did just that. He dug right through the side of the passageway, and with our friends close behind him, tunneled onward and upward, ahead of their pursuers, until they reached the surface of the ground and broke through.
Ooh. Ooh.
What are you stopping for?
Ooh. The sunshine. Even with my eyes closed, it's too bright.
Well, here, quick, put on these dark glasses.
That's better. Us moles can't stand bright lights.
It was true, for when King Glubby reached the surface after them...
Oh, it's too bright. Too bright. Turn it off. Excuse me. Back. Go back.
And the mole folks fell back in confusion.
In a hole, too.
Yes, a hole which they quickly filled from the bottom up.
Well, fellas, I guess we're safe.
A good guess. They were. What's more, in a few days, they even persuaded Gobo to open his eyes.
Well, one of them anyway.
And he liked what he saw.
My goodness. Everybody is in living color.
Beats the rock pile, eh, Gobo?
Oh, yes. They were terribly hard.
What kind of rocks were they?
Well, I think you Earth people refer to them as diamonds.
Diamonds? You mean that I ran away from a room full of diamonds?
And your phony diamond mine was real after all.
And so a short time later, a solitary figure was seen digging on a vacant lot.
It must be around here somewhere. Oh, King Glubby, where are you?
There's nobody feels more foolish than a fooler who gets fooled.
Yeah. Isn't that the living end?
happens today in the little kingdom of Eubetchia. Eubetchia is a picturesque country with small villages, tiny houses, and an eensy-weensy royal palace. Matter of fact, there's only one great big thing in all of Eubetchia, the national debt. So in the throne room of His Majesty, King Pippin the Green,
we will now have the Treasurer's report.
Quite simply, Your Majesty, our fiscal resources and reserves have proved inadequate for the necessary funding of minimal expenditure.
What do you say? What do you say?
He says we're broke.
Do you think we're broke?
No, I think we're shattered.
We're as poor as church mice.
Don't be silly, Fremley. For the last 3 years, the church mice have been sending us foreign aid.
Well, what do we intend to do about it? Raise the taxes, of course.
They're too high already, Majesty.
Nonsense.
A man who makes 100 pezuzas a day is already taxed 105 pezuzas.
How does he pay it?
He borrows it.
From where?
From the Royal Treasury.
This calls for drastic measures.
Let's go to war with Lower Palomino.
Sire, may I suggest making war on a far richer target?
What's that?
This is the American pocketbook. Why not make some rich American a citizen of Eubetchia, make him a knight, give him a castle, invite him over, and when he gets here with all his gold and goodwill,
we soak him. After which, of course, we all yell, Yankee, go home!
Oh, that's sneaky.
That's mean.
That's marvelous. You think it'll work?
Hasn't failed yet.
We'll do it. Who do we pick?
It doesn't matter. All Americans are rich.
You're filthy to stop, actually.
and so Pippin the Green picked up a dart and tossed it at a map of the United States. It hit precisely on a little spot called Foggy Bog, Wisconsin.
Almost missed the map entirely.
And so a short time later, a royal courier arrived in Foggy Bog, traveling in a special compartment.
All right, you bum. Come on up out of from down in under there.
Officer, can you tell me who is the leading citizen of Foggy Bog?
There ain't any leading citizen. They all lag badly. Tut, tut, sir, don't malign our little community. Yes, Foggy Bog has one leading citizen, world traveler, connoisseur, beau vivant, courtly, gallant, and champion hog-caller.
Who is it?
I can dissemble no more, sir. It is I, Waldo Wigglesworth, the Waldo Wigglesworth.
Oh, then you're just the one I'm looking for. This letter is for you.
It doesn't have my name on it.
Oh, just a minute. There, now.
A special delivery letter from the Kingdom of Eubetchia. Wait till I show this to the fellas.
And Waldo took the royal courier to his truck.
This is where you live?
Just temporarily. My townhouse is having a new gold roof put on it.
Oh.
Hi, Uncle Waldo.
Hey, what you got there, Waldo?
My nephew, Hoppity Hooper, and my personal secretary, Philpot Bear.
Phil Moore Bear. And I'm your what?
I just got the special delivery letter.
What's in it?
Maybe you've been drafted.
With flat feet like these?
Yeah. You want to sue your arches for non-support.
No, this is a letter from Eubetchia. I didn't know I had any friends who could write me from Eubetchia.
I didn't know you had any friends who could write.
I didn't know you had any friends.
I pass.
Why don't you open the letter, Uncle Waldo?
You think we've built up enough suspense?
Yeah, I'm full of goosebumps.
I'm moderately agog myself.
Okay, here goes. Oh, great snake.
What does it say?
Yeah, you're putting us off.
I'm inherited a castle. I'm a knight.
Now you're putting us on.
Honest Injun guide, fellas. Looky here. Whee!
Yes, the wily Waldo had fallen for the bait. Hook, line, and stinker.
That's sinker.
Oh. In a trice, our friends had packed up their things and headed their truck toward the blue horizon and Waldo's own personal castle. Oh, if he but knew what awaits him. If he but knew the terror that hangs over those crumbling walls. If he but knew the danger.
Then why don't you tell him?
What, and give away the plot? No. We'll have to wait till next time when we see the part-time deer or Night for a Day. Well, last time, as you remember, the poverty-stricken kingdom of Eubetchia had decided to import a rich American to get their country out of hock. Through a mischance, they picked on Waldo Wigglesworth for their victim.
I've heard of the ugly American, but this is ridiculous.
In the royal palace of Eubetchia, all was in readiness.
Got the safe open?
Yes, sire.
Money bags at the ready?
All correct.
Let's inspect the troops.
Hossein!
Arms! Sound off!
Gimme, 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 please.
Take that man's name. Well, I guess we're all ready.
And at that moment, Waldo's battered snake oil truck rumbled into the courtyard.
That's our rich American?
Probably an eccentric millionaire, sire. They like to appear seedy, you know.
I think this one's overdoing it a bit.
After dinner that evening, Waldo was the subject of a touching ceremony.
I dub thee Sir Waldo, and confer upon thee this genuine 300-room castle.
Gee, that looks like the Camelot Hilton.
Rise, Sir Waldo.
Gee, King.
And now, Sir Waldo, it's customary to make some fitting gift to your newly adopted country.
Yes, it's an old Eubetchian custom called Feed the Kitty.
I didn't know we were going Dutch.
Empty your pockets, gentlemen.
And they did. They dropped into the treasure chest 14 cents, 3 pieces of bubble gum, a stringless yo-yo, and a We Try Harder button.
Boys, I think we hit a clinker.
We've been out flim-flam.
We just got 3 more mouths to feed.
And that little one is all mouth.
But, Majesty, wait till they get to the cat bowl.
Oh, yes. I'd forgotten. Well, I guess it's all right then.
So next morning, bright and early...
There it is, Sir Waldo. Dankmore Castle.
It sure doesn't look like the picture.
No wonder, Uncle Waldo. Look at the date on that picture.
1347.
The neighborhood has run down a bit, but it has everything a castle should have. It has a drawbridge. It had a drawbridge. It has 300 rooms, 2 of them actually heated. It has picture windows.
That window's only a foot wide.
It's a small picture. It has 200 acres around it full of poison ivy and trash dumps. And, of course, it has a dragon. Well, goodbye and good luck.
Goodbye.
Bye.
What was that last thing he said?
Goodbye and good luck.
No, just before that.
He said the castle had...
A dragon!
Well, so it did. And he was a beauty.
Let's get out of here.
Hold it there, my liege. You're the lord of the castle now.
I resign.
No can do, my liege. You gotta stay and carry out your nightly duties.
Such as?
Such as fighting the dragon.
Who says?
That's ridiculous.
They can't make you do that.
Any knight who doesn't fight the dragon shall be beheaded, and so shall all his friends.
Fight fiercely, Waldo.
Doesn't anybody else do anything around here?
I do. I'm the headsman.
When do I have to fight the dragon?
Round 1 starts at 3:15.
What time is round 2?
I don't know. Nobody's ever gotten to round 2.
3:15. That's just 10 minutes from now.
So in 10 minutes, Waldo was buckled into a heavy suit of armor and given a huge sword.
I can't even walk in this thing. It's a horse. My kingdom for a horse, like the man says.
Sorry, my liege, we got no horse.
So in lieu of a fiery steed, Waldo was mounted on a rickety bicycle and started on his way. No sooner had he started than he hit a bump and his visor fell over his face. Almost.
Let me out of here. I can't see where I'm going.
It may be better that way, Waldo.
And the helpless Waldo hurtled on to a certain doom and destruction against a merciless enemy. Oh, what will happen next?
I'll be slaughtered, you numbskull. What else?
Is Waldo right for the first and last time? We'll find out when we see Where's Waldo, or A Night to Remember. Well, Waldo was delighted to inherit a castle in Eubetchia, but he didn't much care for the things that went with it, like a courtyard full of crabgrass, a moat full of algae, and a backyard full of the biggest dragon you ever saw. What was worse, Waldo found out he had to fight the fearsome beast.
How can we help him, Fillmore?
We could go back 3 episodes before all this started.
Surprisingly enough, there were some people who seemed to enjoy the prospect of this fearful encounter. The serfs and peasants from the surrounding countryside.
Hooray!
I back him, Sir Waldo. 50 pursuers says he don't last 3 rounds.
The dragon breathed forth a jet of flame. Just as Waldo, through a stroke of luck, fell off his bicycle.
You call this a stroke of luck?
In a bound, the dragon was on him. Raising Waldo high in the air, the dragon dashed him to the rocky ground.
Oh, I bet that smarts.
But wouldn't you know it, our hero Hoppity Hooper, fearless frog, leaped right in between the dragon and his prey.
Stop that, you monster! What do you think you're doing?
What do I think I'm doing? I think I'm dashing this knight to the rocky ground. What do you think I'm doing?
Hey, Fillmore, he talks!
Who ever heard of a talking dragon?
Oh, boy. That's pretty funny coming from a bear and a frog.
That's my Uncle Walter you're dashing to the rocky ground.
To you, he may be Uncle Waldo. To me, he's just another TV dinner.
Hey, why do you keep dashing him to the rocky ground?
I have to. I don't have a can opener. Nights are a lot of trouble to open, you know. But once you do, delicious.
You eat nights?
Day end. Doesn't matter. I'm always hungry.
But why me? I'm tough and stringy.
All right, you'll make a good appetizer. Then I'll have the main course.
No!
Cool. He's going to make it a double-header.
What a way to wind up, Fillmore. An hors d'oeuvre for a creature that doesn't even exist.
Yeah, I'm in the same fix, Waldo.
But at least you're the entree.
Why don't you eat something else, Dragon?
What else is there? Tell me. Nothing grows around here but bristleweed, poison ivy, and crabgrass.
You don't like salads, huh?
Oh, no. Gives me the heartburn. See?
Hold it! If we can get you some other food, will you let us go?
Something tastier than fox tibbets and bear steak?
Much tastier.
Hey, I don't know, Albany. Bear steaks is pretty tasty.
Fillmore, please.
Okay, you're on.
Hey, looks like the dragon is throwing the fight.
Right on the rocky ground he's throwing it.
You better not be pulling my scaly leg, booby.
Frantically, our heroes set to work.
First, we need 16 dozen eggs.
All right, girls, bear down.
All right, it's way past my dinner time, Hoppity. How about I should just have a little snack to tide me over, huh?
What's that?
Just a little peasant under glass. Inside joke.
But you promised.
Oh, all right, all right.
Fortunately, the oven timer went off just then. And Hoppity produced an enormous, magnificent, upside-down chocolate pecan cheesecake a la Hooper.
Hooray!
Boo! He's getting soft.
Absolutely scrumptious.
Sure beats canned Waldo, doesn't it?
Well, it looked as if our heroes were out of danger.
Hey, boy, that was hard work.
But it was worth it.
But just then, the dragon made a frightening remark.
You know, it's a funny thing about upside-down chocolate pecan cheesecake a la Hooper. A half hour after you eat it, you're hungry again.
And he casually reached out and picked up...
Not Hoppity!
Not a pal!
Yay! That's more like it. We've got to save him.
I don't know how to make upside-down chocolate pecan cheesecake a la Hooper.
That's all right, fellas. I'll just have a little Hooper a la Hooper.
Help!
Don't miss our next episode entitled The Inside Story, or Alimentary, My Dear Hoppity. Well, last time it seemed that Hoppity was going to wind up as a dragon's dessert.
We've got to save him, Penstop.
Yeah.
He's our buddy, our pal, the star of the show.
Yeah.
And besides, he owes me 38 cents.
Okay, Waldo. You hit the dragon high, then I'll hit him low.
What happened?
We forgot about the middle.
Now, wait, Funston.
Fillmore.
If we can't beat the dragon by brute strength...
we gotta beat him by brute brains.
Right.
Dum-dum-dum-dum. Little salt and a little pepper. Oh, mother's mercy. Come back here.
I've got it!
Yeah, he's got it.
I've had it.
Hold it, dragon! Now, don't you want to be affluent and financially independent?
Not particularly. What does it mean?
Don't you want to be rich and famous and have your picture on all the magazine covers?
Better homes than dragons, maybe?
Who can read?
Talk fast, Uncle Waldo. He's putting mustard on me.
Put it this way. How would you like to eat regularly for the rest of your life without all this running around?
Eat regularly?
Every hour on the hour.
You interest me strangely. Stranger, how?
Look at that.
Yeah, hooray! Go it, frog! Go it, dragon!
Listen, I can't eat serfs and peasants all the time. Did you ever try to clean one of them?
No, they're not your menu. They're your public.
My witch is what?
You're the only dragon in the kingdom, right?
Yeah, the others all died of the heartburn.
Then people come from miles around to watch a battle with Knights of the Realm, right?
Certainly, but...
Then why do it for freezies? Why not charge admission?
You mean time pro?
Sure, you and Uncle Waldo could stage a contest here every Saturday afternoon.
The public would eat it up.
So would I. I'll have you over for lunch, right?
I said stage a fight. You can't devour your opponent.
Why not?
You wouldn't want to break up the act, would you?
What? An old trooper like me? Never.
It worked, Uncle Waldo.
Always does, Hoppity. Everybody wants to be in show business.
Well, it turned out just fine. The boys built a grandstand and Hoppity sold tickets.
Step right up. The bout starts in just a minute. Desmond Dragon versus the Black Knight.
How come I'm the Black Knight? Last week I was the White Knight.
Hey, we ran out of white paint. Next week you're gonna be the Yellow Knight.
For that I will need a costume.
Both contestants were crowd pleasers.
Avaunt, foul fiend! Me puissant pike shall pierce thee yet!
Oos! Do I die now?
That's your cue!
Oh. I die, Horatio! The potent poignard quite o'ercrowds my spirit.
Hey, what in the world is that?
He thinks he's Hamlet.
Well, he's half right.
So tell him, with the occurrence more and less, which have solicited. The rest is silence.
How do you like that? Upstaged by an amateur.
Gee, another happy ending.
But what about the little kingdom of Eubetchia?
What about it?
Well, remember this whole story started because they were so poor.
Oh, well, we're very rich now.
How come, King Pippin?
Well, you see, people came from all over the kingdom to watch the dragon fights. Naturally, walking all that distance wore out their shoes.
Something tells me I shouldn't have asked.
So I set the whole country to work making shoes.
I can see it coming, but I can't stop it.
Soon other people began to buy our sturdy footwear. And the kingdom of Eubetchia waxed hale and prosper. For today, everybody in the world has heard of
Eubetchia Boots!
And Eubetchia Boots will be back again soon with another of the Adventures of Hoppity Hooper.
I can't stand it! I can't stand it!
Hi there, Bullwinkle fans. Once again, you're tuned into the wrong program, for this is the Hoppity Hooper Show. Once again, we find our friends in serious trouble as they, funny, you don't look as if you're in serious trouble.
Oh, we're not. Everything's running very smoothly, thank you.
Hey, we got money in the bank and meat on the table.
Even the weather's nice.
Oh, no problems?
No problems.
No harebrained schemes? No thieves, blackguards, or unspeakable Turks to outwit?
Not even a bill collector.
Sure makes a dull episode, doesn't it?
But, of course, our heroes can get into trouble at the drop of a hat.
That's ridiculous. Look, I'll drop a hat and show you.
Okay, uh-oh. The wind's blowing it right out into the middle of the road, Waldo.
Well, let's get it before somebody runs over it.
No sooner had they started across the highway than...
That's the last hat I'll drop for you, Charlie.
And out of that strange-looking automobile stepped two of the richest men in the world.
I told you, Ferkle, this car of yours is no good. Hit the least little thing and it stops.
Why don't you watch where you're driving?
You stay out of this, young man.
My wind-up Ferkle 500 here is the finest car I've ever manufactured. Any idiot could drive it to anywhere in the United States in 3 days.
Put your money where your Ferkle is, Ferkle. I'll bet you $1 billion that car can't drive to anywhere in the United States in 3 days.
It's a bet. You pick the place.
All right. I bet your Ferkle 500 can't make it to Hawaii in 3 days.
Hawaii? But Hawaii is...
You said anywhere in the United States, and Hawaii is in the United States. Are you going to chicken out now?
Not on your fat bank book. All I have to do is find somebody dumb enough to try it.
Pardon me for interrupting, but would you mind backing this car off of us?
It's Kismet, Bill's Bottom.
Yeah, the name is Fillmore.
How would you boys like a free vacation to Hawaii?
Free, my favorite word.
You mean you want us to drive this Ferkle 500 to Hawaii?
Yes.
It's a deal. What a pigeon. We have a South Seas vacation for nothing.
This agreed, the Ferkle was wound up. Our heroes got in, and with Fillmore at the wheel, they were off.
They'll make it, Bill's Bottom, you'll see.
Is it possible? I'd better make sure.
And make sure he did. Going to the nearest phone booth, he looked up the number of an organization called RAT, which stands for Rotten Assassins and Thugs. An organization that will do anything for money.
This is the head rat speaking. So you want us to stop 3 idiots in a Ferkle, huh? All right, I'll put a man from Rat on the case right away.
And less than 2 hours later, back at the Ferkle.
Hey, don't you think we ought to get some gas? Driving to Hawaii is a long trip.
It's a good idea.
There's a gas station just ahead.
And completely forgetting that a wind-up Ferkle 500 runs on a spring, they pulled in. Here a man from Rat was ready and waiting for them.
Are you the 3 guys that are driving to Hawaii by automobile?
Yes, would you fill it up, please?
I sure will.
And sticking the hose in through the window, the man from Rat poured gas into the front seat.
I wonder how he knew we were driving to Hawaii.
Oh, probably just a lucky guess.
By then, almost the entire cab of the car was filled with explosive gasoline and...
That'll be $365, fella.
Is that enough gas to get us to Hawaii?
It's enough to get you where you're going.
Well, that's all right, then. Here you are, my good man.
Gee, our free vacation has cost us over $300 already.
It's still cheap at the price, Hoppity. Let's be off, Fillmore.
But as the Ferkle 500 pulled out of the gas station, the man from Rat stuck a burning fuse into the keyhole on the door, which turned the car into a rolling bomb.
Hey, I sure get a boom out of driving this Ferkle.
That's bang, Fillmore. You get a bang out of driving it.
Hey, bang to you, boom to me.
Well, what's it gonna be, bang or boom?
We'll find out next time in My Old Flame, or Your Gas is as Good as Mine. You know, only an idiot would really enjoy driving that new car, the wind-up Ferkle 500.
Hey, boy, I like driving this car.
See what I mean?
But by driving this car to Hawaii, we get a free vacation.
Lovely word, free.
Alas, unknown to our friends, trouble was just around the bend, for an evil organization known as RAT is conspiring to stop them stone-cold dead in the Ferkle. So when Fillmore pulled into a gas station, a man from Rat was waiting.
Fill her up, please.
Anything you say.
And fill her up he did. Then the villain stuck a long fuse through the keyhole and lit it. When the car pulled away, it was a traveling bomb.
Yeah, bomb or not, I still like driving it.
Shorter and shorter burned the fuse. Then suddenly...
Now, wait a minute. This is a wind-up car. It runs on a spring. We don't need any gas.
You know, Hoppity, I think you may be right. Pull over, Fillmore.
When they pulled over to the curb and opened the door, the explosive high-test gasoline poured out of the car, down through a storm drain, and into the sewers below the street.
Well, there it goes.
And there goes the $300 we paid for it, too.
Hey, what do you suppose this thing is?
Who knows? Throw it away, Fillmore. You don't know where it's been.
Okay.
Meantime, back at the gas station, the man from Rat was standing on a manhole cover. And when the fuse reached the gasoline in the sewer... of course, word of this quickly reached rat headquarters.
How many times I gotta tell you to knock? Take him away. We gotta use Plan B.
The chief rat sent for his two rattiest rat agents and gave them detailed instructions.
Blow them up, crash them, smash them, stomp them, and kill them dead. Understand? And for good measure, take away their bubble gum. All right, turn them loose.
Among its other faults, the wind-up Ferkle 500 is not the fastest car in the world. And in a brief time, the two rat agents passed our friends as if they were standing still. Then, coming to a halt at a bend in the road, they set a nasty trap.
You hide in the bushes with the cannon. When I make him stop, let him have it.
Disguising himself as a pretty girl, the man from Rat poised himself by the side of the road and stuck out a well-turned ankle, because well-turned ankles have been stopping traffic for years. However, this year...
Oh, 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 oh! Gee whiz, Fillmore, be careful. You almost ran down that lady with the well-turned ankle.
Hey, well, somebody put on the headlights. It's nighttime.
It isn't nighttime, you nitwit. Your hat fell down over your eyes.
Oh, I thought it was kind of a fast sunset.
With their first attempt a failure, the dirty guys from Rat roared ahead to try again.
Now, you take the machine gun and hide in the bushes. I'll make them think they got a blowout. And when they stop...
I'll pop them in the mainspring.
As our boys approached, the evil Rat suddenly held up a sign.
Look! Bang! Uh-oh, we got a flat. I better pull over.
No, Fillmore, we don't have a flat.
Something mighty strange going on here.
Look there.
Uh-oh. It seems that the quick-witted men from Rat have hit upon a plan that's absolutely foolproof.
They're free lemonade. Oh, boy.
Free? Oh, what a gorgeous word.
Our heroes, occupied in quenching their thirst, failed to notice the dirty work going on behind them, where the two rats were planting explosive landmines just ahead of both their front wheels.
When anything touches the top of these babies, bluey!
Quick, here they come.
Yes, here come our poor, unsuspecting friends back to the car. No, enough! I cannot stand to watch it. Until next time, anyway, when we'll see the American way to go, or hooray for the red, white, and bluey! Last time, you'll remember, those rats from Rat had placed a couple of landmines in front of the wind-up Ferkle 500.
If anything touches the top of these things, bluey!
Quick, here they come.
Yes, our heroes were returning from a decoy refreshment stand, where they had gorged themselves on free lemonade.
You don't look so good, Fillmore.
I do feel a trifle drawn like.
Did you drink the lemonade too fast?
Yeah, maybe the first gallon, but the next 2 gallons I drank real slow.
Oh, boy.
Fuddled by 3 gallons of strong lemonade, Fillmore got behind the wheel and started off, straight backward. Traveling backwards made little difference to our friends, and a short time later they arrived at the edge of...
The Pacific Ocean. I forgot. Hawaii's an island. How can we cross an ocean in an automobile?
Now you ask me.
Why don't we just take the highway?
What highway?
There's no highway to Hawaii.
There is too. Look.
Hawaii Highway this way.
That's right, Frog fans. It was a phony freeway put up by more dirty guys from Rat. And unknown to our heroes, it ended abruptly just ahead. On they sped, heading for disaster.
We're not headed for disaster. We're going to Honolulu. My goodness, the weather certainly has turned nasty all of a sudden.
I'll say it's raining cats and dogs.
Those aren't cats and dogs, they're sharks.
You're right, we're sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, then it's not raining.
Thus inspired, Fillmore calmly rolled down his window.
Yeah, I just can't get enough of that good sea air.
Help! Close the window!
Fillmore, you idiot!
Getting any kind of air, good or bad, had become a real problem. But that's not the half of it. For not too far away, a submarine from Rat sat waiting.
Quiet, ye swabs. We're about to get a transmission from the head rat at Rat.
Captain Mino?
I be here, sir.
I got a job for you. There are 3 characters in your area that you are to intercept and destroy, understand?
Aye, aye, sir. And how will I recognize them?
They are the only frog, fox, and bear in your area that are driving a wind-up Ferkle 500 across the ocean to Hawaii.
And what color be the Ferkle?
Never mind that. Get going.
Aye, aye, sir. Look out the window. See if you can see them.
Captain, I see a Ferkle with a fox and a bear and a frog in it.
What color be the Ferkle?
Well, it's sort of Ferkle-colored.
Ha! That be them. Prepare to launch a torpedo.
Well, how can this be? When last we saw our heroes, they were about to drown.
Hoppity, I'm proud of you. If you hadn't turned on the air conditioner to pump out the water and bring in air, we'd be a bunch of old soaps by now.
But at that moment...
Uh-oh, we forgot to rewind the motor and it just ran down.
Good grief, we can't get out to wind it up.
And with the motor stopped, the air conditioner won't work. We're filling up with water again.
At that moment, the submarine from Rat fired the deadly torpedo, and it streaked directly toward them. But troubles come in bunches these days, and something else was streaking for them as well.
Oh, no, it's a giant squid!
Fortunately, this particular giant squid was a bit nearsighted, and when it saw the torpedo, mistook it for a girl squid. When the squid tried to give the torpedo a big hug, furious at being jilted, the squid was now madder than ever and turned on the stalled Ferkle. Meanwhile, the submarine, realizing the torpedo had missed, raced for the Ferkle to ram it.
Add to that the fact that the tide's coming in, and I'd say it looks like we're gooners.
That's goners, but otherwise you're right.
Be absolutely sure to see our next episode, Submarine Sandwich. It may be our last one. Well, Frog fans, I ask you, what could be worse than being stuck on the bottom of the ocean in a Ferkle 500?
Having a submarine out there trying to ram us, that's worse.
And having a giant squid ready to attack us, that's worse.
And having the car leaking besides.
And having a...
All right already. Yes, it looked like a race between the submarine and the squid to see who would get them first.
10-1, the squid wins.
Why do you say that?
Simple, he's already got us.
Yes, the great squid had firmly attached himself to the hapless Ferkle.
We're done for.
But all was not lost. They still had a fighting chance.
What?
For as the squid struggled to get at them, his powerful tentacles were accidentally turning the Ferkle's key.
Hooray!
And when the spring was wound tight enough, the car zoomed away just as the oncoming submarine crashed into the squid.
Wow, that was a close one.
But now our worries are over.
Yeah, except for this part of the ocean. It's dusty.
Dusty?
Yeah, look. The ocean's full of spider webs.
Good grief, that isn't a spider web, that's a fishnet.
But it wasn't a fishnet either. It was a rat net. Our friends were caught, hauled to the surface, and dumped on the deck of a trawler just crawling with agents from Rat.
Oh, step on it, Fillmore.
So, with the agents from Rat on their heels, Fillmore drove the Ferkle 500 as it had never been driven before. They roared up the main deck, down the after deck, after the foredeck, up the down deck, until finally...
We're cut off, surrounded.
There's no way out.
There must be some twist we haven't tried.
Fillmore, that's it, we'll twist.
Oh, Hoppity, this is no time for dancing.
Uncle Waldo, how many twists can we give the key in our car?
It says, do not turn more than 10 times.
Well, we're gonna wind it up 1,000 times. Give me a hand, Fillmore.
And Fillmore and Hoppity began to turn the big key, while Waldo discouraged some of their assailants with a handy belaying pin.
They're gaining on me. How are you fellas doing?
All set, Uncle Waldo. Hop in.
Well, here we are. Now what?
Now we're gonna strip the gears and let it all unwind at once. Hang on.
And as the dirty guys from Rat clambered over the car, Hoppity rammed the gear shift the wrong way. Suddenly released, the key of the wind-up Ferkle 500 spun furiously, knocking villains over like tenpins. And, more importantly, it acted like a helicopter blade, lifting the car high in the air.
Hoppity, you've done it again!
And unless my eyes deceive me...
They wouldn't dare.
That's Hawaii right down there!
Yes, the Ferkle 500 settled toward the island paradise and hit the water just a short distance from the shore, where a huge crowd awaited them, including Mr. Ferkle himself.
Drive right on up, boys.
We can't, Mr. Ferkle. We stripped the gears.
Our Ferkle will never move again.
Dad, but we're only 6 feet from shore.
No use, Fillmore. It might as well be 6 miles.
You lose, Ferkle. Pay up.
Hey, no, look. Now we're only 5 feet from shore.
You mean Hawaii is creeping up on us?
No. I mean the tide is going out.
Yes, it just so happens that the tide in Hawaii drops 7 feet every 8 hours. And in a short while, our heroes were high and dry.
No. My name is Fillmore. That's Hoppity, and...
We did it! We traveled to Hawaii by car.
Hooray! My boy, I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
But now we're stuck here in Hawaii with no way to get home.
Fillmore, old friend, there is always a way to get home. You just leave that to old Uncle Waldo.
And less than 2 hours later, our little pals were definitely on their way home.
But Waldo, hitchhiking across the ocean will take a year.
Nonsense, it shouldn't take more than, say, 12 months. Besides, who's in a hurry?
Yes, for another gripping saga of love, romance, and adventure, join us 12 months from now. Of course, if you're in a hurry, tune in next time as usual for more adventures of Hoppity Hooper.
There was once a happy, happy country called Monomania. Monomania was ruled by a laughing, fair-haired boy named Teddy the 10th. Teddy was a happy prince.
What's so cotton-picking funny, Your Highness?
Well, nothing really, but I'm a happy prince, and happy princes have to laugh all the time. It goes with the territory.
Well, the prince's uncle was a nice enough fellow, but hearing the prince laugh night and day was just too much for him.
If I hear one more giggle, I'll flip my wig. What'd I tell you?
One night, the prince's uncle paid a secret visit to an evil magician.
What do you got in the way of a cheap spell?
How about C-A-T, cat?
Listen, Flannel Mount, I want you to cast a spell on Laughing Boy.
You mean His Highness?
That's the one. Now, here's what I want.
And by George, he got it. For the next morning, when the prince awoke, he was in a damp dungeon cell deep in the castle. And what's more, he wasn't a fair-haired boy anymore.
Great gobs of goo! I've turned green!
Yes, the wicked magician had turned him into a frog. Well, the prince no longer laughs all day.
What's to laugh?
And there he stays to this very day, living unhappily ever after. Isn't that a sad story, Fensdorp?
It gets me right here in a brisket, Waldo.
How did you like it, Hoppity? Hoppity, where are you, boy?
Well, let's get started.
Oh? It just started for where?
Monomania, of course. We gotta rescue that frog prince.
Now, wait a minute, Hoppity. That was just a story, a fairy tale.
You ever been to Monomania?
Well, no, but...
Then you don't know for sure. I'm gonna find out. Us frogs have gotta stick together.
Hoppity, he isn't even a real frog.
Even temporary members are covered by the union rules.
What union rules?
The IBFTSN.
The IB...
The International Brotherhood of Frogs, Toads, Salamanders, and Newts.
Newts? You mean like in There's Good Newts Tonight?
Fillmore, no newts is good newts.
But this is ridiculous, Hoppity. You can't go hopping around the world on a wild goose chase.
That's frog.
It's a wild frog chase.
I'll miss you, Uncle Waldo. You too, Fillmore. Bye.
Gee, Waldo. Couldn't we just...
No, my mind's made up. I'm not going. Nothing could get me out of this trailer. Who is it, Fillmore?
It's a policeman.
Hoppity, wait for Uncle Waldo!
Me too!
And so our three heroes, united in a common effort, made their way uphill and down dale, through thick and through thin, over the river and through the woods, until finally...
There it is!
Grandmother's house?
No, Monomania. Hi there, we
Yankee, go home!
Go home? That sign says, welcome to Monomania.
You believe everything you read?
Better let me do the talking, Hoppity. I can charm the birds off the trees. There they are now.
Fillmore, are we gonna let him get away with that?
Well, it's his country, Hoppity.
But we have passports.
Correction. We had passports.
Gee, what kind of a TV hero are you?
Actually, I'm more of a TV musician. My bugle! He wrote my bugle!
Well, that's better.
Sure is. They bent my bugle back into shape.
Well, pick up Uncle Waldo and let's go.
Go where?
Go back where we came from.
It may be a little late for that.
Yes, at that moment, the squad of troopers raised their rifles and pointed them straight at our friends. Will our story end so quickly? And if so, what do we do for 3 more episodes?
Fake it! Fake it!
Our next chapter, if we have one, will be called Let Sleeping Pills Lie, or Hoppity Takes a Pout. Well, last time we heard all about Prince Teddy of Monomania, who was turned into a frog and imprisoned by his wicked Uncle Lupo, a treacherous, slimy, double-dealing old scalawag. Old? Our hero, Hoppity, started out to rescue him.
As a frog, he's a member in good standing of the International Brotherhood of Frogs, Toads, Salamanders, and Newts.
Right.
Incorporated.
Thank you.
Local 27.
Yes. And now Hoppity and his friends have run into a little difficulty at the Monomanian border.
A little difficulty? I'd hate to see what you call real trouble.
What'll we do?
Quick, Fillmore, sound the charge.
The charge?
How come, Uncle Waldo?
What do you always do when Fillmore blows the charge?
I put my fingers in my ears.
They might too. Blow, Fillmore.
It worked.
Now let's get out of here.
In a trice, our friends were safe behind a nearby hill.
Well, I hope you've learned something, Hoppity.
I have.
Good. Now let's...
Never let Fillmore take music lessons.
Now, wait. You don't mean that you're going back?
There's a fellow frog in trouble. I just gotta.
But they won't fall for the same trick twice.
Listen, I have an idea.
And a short time later, the sentry at the border was surprised to see a small gypsy caravan approach his post.
Oh! Who goes there?
It's Bodja Prizoni, king of the gypsies. You don't know me?
The mustache looks familiar, but I can't place the earrings. Who are they?
Allow me. This is Stepanit, leader of my gypsy orchestra, and this is Hapyuska, my little gypsy dancer.
You sure they're gypsies?
But yes, you want to see us sing and dance? And a 1 and a 2.
gypsy music? I thought all gypsies played the violin.
No. That was just the AMP gypsies. This is the new sound. It's called the Romany riff or hacha chornia. Dance, my little woodland dove.
And our friends danced and played right past the sentry's box. Unfortunately, Hoppity's hopping was hard on his costume and...
Uh-oh!
Hey! Run for it!
You see what I see, Chauncey?
Edgar, it's the Frog Prince. He's escaping.
After him.
And so, when our friends ran past a dark alley...
Hey, Mad Josh!
Yes, Stepanet?
Do you hear a kind of a boinging noise behind us?
Why, no.
That's what I thought. We've lost Hoppity!
But I tell you, I'm not the prince.
Sure.
My name is Hoppity Hooper.
Wrong. Your name is Mud.
Hoppity was thrown into a dungeon cell.
Now, this is too much. Uncle Lupo promised me a duplex cell all to myself, and... Saints with him in the swamp. It's a frog.
Likewise. Welcome, brother. I'm here from the IBFTSM.
I don't want any.
You don't understand. I've come to get you out of here.
How nice.
And I'll do it, too, as soon as I figure out one thing.
What?
How to get out myself.
While upstairs in the throne room...
At last, my plan has succeeded.
What plan, O mighty one?
The King of Pugnacia has agreed for his daughter to marry Prince Teddy. As soon as they're hitched, I can take over both kingdoms.
Aren't you forgetting? The prince looks like a frog.
You're the magician. That's your little problem.
Supposing I can't turn him back again.
That'll be your big problem. Go get him.
Gee, supposing the magician gets the wrong frog and tries to turn Hoppity into a handsome prince and...
Please! You want to give away the whole plot?
Oh. Well... We'll see if I'm right next time in Father of the Frog or Wedding Bills Are Breaking Up That Old Dad of Mine. You know, it's a lot of bother being a prince these days. For one thing, those crowns are heavy. And being a happy prince is especially bothersome. You have to laugh all day. This is very tiring.
My stomach hurts.
And besides, other people can't stand it for long, especially wicked Uncle. Now, you take Prince Teddy of Monomania.
Okay.
His wicked uncle had turned him into a frog and put him into a dungeon cell.
Laugh that off, Charlie.
Ho, ho.
But the prince soon had an unexpected visitor.
Who are you?
Hoppity Hooper, I came here to rescue you.
You're not starting out very well.
Well, don't worry, I have friends on the outside.
This is the place, Fillmore.
How do you know, Waldo?
Don't you ever pay attention to the first part of the episode?
Oh, sorry.
Now, give me a hand up.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the wicked uncle had arranged a marriage between Prince Teddy and the princess of neighboring Pugnacia.
Now, as soon as they're spliced, I'm taking over both countries, see?
You think we'll marry a prince who looks like a frog?
According to this book, princesses are always doing stuff like that there. Now, go get the prince.
Now, look, Fillmore, you distract the sentry's attention and I'll sneak past him.
Okay. I'll play my bugle at him. Hi there, Mr. Century. You want to hear the chorus of Sugar Blues?
Well, if we can't get past the sentry, we'll go over the wall.
Ready, Waldo?
Ready? Well, if we can't go over the wall, we'll go through it. Give it the old college try, Fillmore.
I never went to college.
Give it the old PS-84 try, then.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
What are you chaps trying to do, anyway?
If you must know, we're trying to get into the castle.
Why didn't you say so? Come on.
And so Waldo and Fillmore did get into the castle, simply by buying a ticket for the guided tour.
Now on our left, the castle dungeon, built in 1420.
Somehow I feel that we're cheating, Fillmore. Oh, don't feel bad, Waldo.
Oh, I didn't say I felt bad.
At that moment, Waldo's eyes fell on a small green figure being escorted across the courtyard. Little did he know it was Teddy the Frog Prince. He thought it was...
Hoppity! Grab him, Fensdorf!
And Fillmore seized the unsuspecting prince and dashed out the main gate of the castle.
Come back! You haven't seen the main ballroom yet.
Well, Princess, here comes your bridegroom.
Sire! Sire!
Kinda old, isn't he?
Your Grace, someone has made off with the Frog Prince.
No kidding. Then who's that looking out the dungeon window?
I haven't been well lately.
Go get him.
Actually, as we know, that's not the Frog Prince at all, but our hero, Hoppity Hooper.
I don't know how you did it, but don't do it again.
Huh?
Come on.
Where are we going?
I'm not going anywhere, but you're going to get married.
But I'm not old enough.
Oh, yes, you are, Teddy. Your voice is changing.
Your voice is changing.
It is.
You don't sound like Hoppity Hooper.
Small wonder I'm not Hoppity Hooper. I'm the Frog Prince.
Where's Hoppity?
Well, I imagine right now he's putting on his wedding costume.
His wedding costume?
Yes. This is one of those unbelievable stories about mistaken identity.
Well, we've got to get you back to the castle and swap you for Hoppity.
Before he's a child bridegroom.
There's only one thing wrong with that idea.
What?
I don't want to go.
And as the minutes tick away, Hoppity comes closer and closer to being married to the Princess of Pugnacia. Don't fail to see our next episode, Hoppity's Bride and Joy, or I'd Rather Be Dead Than Wed. Well, it looks like wedding bells for Hoppity Hooper. He's been mistaken for Teddy, the Frog Prince, and is about to be spliced with the Princess of Pugnacia.
You see, it's all part of my wicked scheme to seize control of both countries. Ain't I a dirty rat?
You can't do this to me. I'm just an American tourist.
Don't be silly. You're green.
Most American tourists are green.
A sense of humor. You'll make a wonderful husband.
Meanwhile, the real prince was very reluctant to go back to the castle.
Have you seen the princess I'm supposed to marry?
But you're a prince.
At heart, I'm a frog.
That's because you don't know what it's like to be a frog.
I'd like to try.
It's a deal.
Are you sure this is how frogs live?
It says right here that frogs love wet, cold, swampy places.
Yeah.
And they move by hopping from lily pad to lily pad. Want to give it a try?
Oh, very well. You know, that's harder than it looks.
And now for your evening meal.
I'll have a jumbo burger medium well and a chocolate malt.
Ah, it says here frogs love to eat gnats, mosquitoes, and other insects.
Insects? Bleh!
You don't want to be a frog anymore, Teddy?
Just call me Your Highness.
And Teddy and our friends started back to the castle, where Hoppity was finally dressed in his wedding suit.
Every inch a Frog Prince.
I'm a plain cartoon-type frog.
Oh, come off it, Teddy. Cartoon-type frogs are cute little creatures who hop all around and croak.
Exactly.
Oink, 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 oink. Lidip, lidip, lidip.
Well, we're all set. What's the phony frog doing up there?
I've terrible news, Your Wickedness. He isn't the real phony. He's a phony.
Oh, you must have goofed when you cast a spell on him. Well, there's only one thing to do.
You mean the trapdoor?
Yeah. Frog, stand over there.
You mean here?
Yeah. Okay, pull the switch. There's nothing I hate more than a no-talent wizard. Come on, the princess is waiting.
But he's right. I'm not a frog prince. I'm just a frog.
I know that. You know that. But she doesn't know that. And if you want to stay off tomorrow's menu, you won't say a word.
So, a few minutes later, a terrified Hoppity stood alongside his bride-to-be.
Do you take this frog to be your husband?
Which frog?
Sure enough, there were now two frogs on the scene.
It's Prince Teddy! And Waldo and Fillmore!
The charge!
Guards, gone. Yes, your wickedness. What are your orders?
Read that.
Obey Prince Teddy and let the other frog and his friends go. This announcement brought to you by the Committee of Happy Endings for Hoppity Hooper.
3 cheers for Teddy, the Frog Prince.
I'll buy that.
Roar! Roar! Roar!
And a tiger.
And what about me? I've got a marriage contract here.
I'm afraid she's right, Teddy. You have to marry her.
I knew there was a catch in it.
That's the first happy ending I've seen with such small print.
And so they were married. And a wonderful thing happened when the bride kissed the groom.
Ta-da!
Hey, he's a handsome prince again.
So I am.
And I suppose you're gonna be a happy prince again and laugh like an idiot all day long.
No, you forget, Uncle, I'm married now. I'll never laugh again. Come along, dear.
Well, I guess there's nothing more to say except be with us next time for the further adventures of Hoppity Hooper.
This announcement brought to you by the Committee for Ending Hoppity Hooper Episodes. It had been a few weeks since Hoppity Hooper, Fillmore the Bear, or even Professor Waldo Wigglesworth had come up with an ingenious scheme to make money.
Well, perhaps I'm losing my grip, fellas.
Oh, say not so, Uncle Waldo.
But Hoppity, we're down to our last cent.
Our last cent?
See?
You be holding out on me, Finster. Hand over that penny.
The name is Fillmore.
What do you want a penny for?
I'm going to put it to good use.
Are you going to open a checking account?
No, I'm going to weigh myself. Yes, I'm going to cut down on starches.
That'll be easy.
Why?
Because we don't have any money to buy starches with.
Now, wait. Wait! I can see it now.
Me too. It says 163 pounds.
No. Do you know why people put money into these scales?
To see how much they weigh.
So they can cut down on their starches.
No, it's to get these little cards that tell them their fortunes. People will pay any kind of money to look into the future. Why, this scale must be full of money. Yes, that's what we'll do.
Bust the scale.
No, no, no. I, Waldo Wigglesworth, am about to become a seer.
Huh?
I'm going to deal in metaphysics, hypophysics, mediumistics, spiritism, occultism, divination, theosophism, telepathism, mysticism. Put them all together, they spell money.
Money?
With my extrasensory gifts, we'll make $1 million.
So Waldo set up in business as a fortune teller.
Now, Hoppity, I need your help.
Sure.
You get under this table, and when I give you the cue, you rap 3 times, like this.
You sure this isn't cheating, Uncle Waldo?
Hoppity, don't you trust your own uncle?
Well, sure, but...
Well, that's settled. Now, you, Fensdorp, you put on this sheet, and when I say, will the spirit guide materialize, I want you to walk through this door.
Okay, Waldo.
Right this way! Gaze into the future! Answer all your vital questions! Who will be the next wrestling champ? Is Amalgamated Yo-Yo going up or down? Will it rain tomorrow? Ask the spirits! They know all! Hurry, hurry, hurry! All right, now, fingers on the table. Spirits of the future, if you hear us, rap 3 times.
Gee, I can't give a rap. All I can do is...
That's a rap. Sounded to me like a croak.
But perhaps the spirit has a cold.
You faker! You planted a frog under the table.
Amazing. He must have been placed there by the spirit guide, Mojambo.
Mojambo?
Yes. Oh, great Mojambo, spirit guide, will you please materialize? Ooh. Oh. That's very good, Fillmore.
That just looks like a big bear with a sheet over to me.
Oh, the nonsense.
If it's a real ghost, let's see you walk through it.
Walk through it? Why should I?
Go on, you phony.
Well, if you insist. Get ready to run, Fillmore. The natives are getting restless.
But when Waldo approached the mysterious figure...
Oh, my goodness. I did walk through him. Ghost!
Has Fillmore really turned into a ghost? Be sure to see our next episode, Spook Watchers, or Let's Join the Ghost Guard. In our last episode, Waldo went into the ghost-making business. He disguised Fillmore by putting a large sheet over him. But then a strange thing happened.
Oh, great Mojambo spirit guide, will you please materialize?
Go on, that looks to me like just a bear with a sheet over him.
You did that rather well, Fillmore.
It don't scare me. If it's a real ghost, why don't you walk through it?
Well, if you insist. Get ready to run, Fillmore. The natives are getting restless. Oh, my goodness. I did walk through him.
It's a ghost!
Well, Fillmore, old friend. Hoppity, I can't believe it. There he was a couple of minutes ago. Firm, substantial, and now he's nothing more than mere ectoplasm. Look! Sorry, old man. That's Fillmore. Then you're alive. Then who is this?
Ah! It's a ghost!
I know that, but who is he a ghost of? Or a ghost of who?
That's whom. Well, I could be.
Napoleon?
But then again, I could be Henry VIII, Washington, Bullwinkle, Caesar, Frankenstein. Ooh. I rather like this one, don't you?
Can't you go back to the way you were before? I mean, just simple ectoplasm.
Ooh, you humans are all alike. No imagination.
Or maybe you could just go back to wherever you came from.
But I like it here. You're not suggesting you don't approve of my company.
Oh, you misunderstood, Hoppity, Mr. Ghost. We want you here.
All right, then. Feeling unwanted just makes me furious. Oh, I just want to be loved.
You're loved. You're loved.
So it seems that our friends were stuck with a ghost.
We've got to get rid of this ghost, Fillmore. It's just unnatural, a grown fox going around town with a ghost.
Unnatural, heck. It's creepy.
You called?
Say, isn't that a friend of yours over there? Faster, Fillmore. I think we've lost him.
Yeah, I don't see him chasing us.
Boo.
At last, I think we've given him the slip. Hoppity, do something. We're trying to get away from that ghost.
Boo. Gee, that was fun. Now I'll tell you what. I'll be it, and you chase me. Can't catch me!
Gone?
Yeah, but I think he's coming back when he finds out we ain't gonna chase him.
Fillmore, we've got to think of something to get rid of him. I got it! Well, we don't know how to get rid of this ghost, right? And where do people go when they don't know how to get rid of ghosts?
The Wizard of Oz.
No, the library. Ah, here it is, in a translation from the Transylvanian. It says, take a cane, twirl it 3 times over your head, and point it at the ghost. Then say in a loud, clear voice, go away, ghost, we don't want you here. Don't bother to pack, just disappear. That makes sense. Don't know why I didn't think of it.
So Waldo tried out the spell on their unwelcome visitor.
Go away, ghost. We don't want you here. Don't bother to pack. Just disappear.
The book didn't work, Waldo.
It must have lost something in translation.
Goodness. Now Waldo, Hoppity, and Fillmore have 2 ghosts on their hands. If Waldo keeps this up, there could be an epidemic. Tune in to our next episode. A haunting we will go, or the ghost is clear. Last time, you remember, our friends were using a spell to try to get rid of a bothersome ghost. Waldo waved a cane over his head 3 times and said,
go away, ghost. We don't want you here. Don't bother to pack. Just disappear.
The book didn't work, Waldo.
It must have lost something in translation.
It certainly had. For now, instead of having 1 ghost, our friends had 2, named Wilbur and Claire, a sort of his and hers.
I think you better put that book away, Waldo. We're liable to have an epidemic.
No, wait, all is not lost. We still have Professor Waldo Wigglesworth's motto to fall back on.
What motto?
If you can't lick 'em, join 'em.
We're gonna join the ghosts? That means we'd have to...
Well, not exactly join them. Use them is more what I had in mind. If you can't beat them, use them is my motto.
But how?
Well, now, let's see. There must be some way to take advantage of a couple of ghosts.
Maybe we could use them to haunt people with. You know, we could...
I've got it! We could rent them out to haunt people with.
Waldo, that's what I said. I
don't know why I didn't think of it before. It's natural. Everybody has someone they'd like to haunt. Do you think $10 an hour is too much?
So Waldo went into the haunting business and took a small ad in the Wisconsin Gazette.
Ghosts for hire, male and female, 347 years experience in haunting, spooking, and devilment. Contact Professor Waldo Wigglesworth, Box 21, Foggy Bog, Wisconsin.
Overnight, Waldo Wigglesworth's haunting business was a success. It was true, it seemed. Everyone did have someone they wanted to haunt. Some people haunted their bosses.
Mr. Pearson, I've been with this company for 25 years, and I think it's about time I had a raise.
A raise? Over my dead body, I'll give you a raise. Would $100 a week be suitable, my boy?
Thank you, Mr. Pearson. You certainly did the right thing there, Mr. Pearson.
Miss Benson, I want you to give everyone in the plant a $10 raise. And please bring in some bicarbonate of soda. I'm going to have to cut out these 2-hour lunches.
Others haunted their mothers-in-law.
I say don't sit in that chair. You know that's Mother's favorite chair.
Hello, baby.
It's a ghost!
Stick with me, Wilbur and Claire, and we'll make millions, millions.
As Waldo continued talking, he did not notice his old girlfriend, Susan Swivelhips. And to complicate matters, Wilbur at that instant disappeared, leaving Claire, who had changed into a dazzling female, hanging on Waldo's arm.
Waldo Wigglesworth, who is that woman?
What? Oh, you mean Claire. Susan, I'd like you to meet Wilbur. Wilbur, where are you? Claire, where did Wilbur go? Claire.
I'm waiting, Waldo.
Well, you see, Susan, Wilbur and Claire are ghosts. Wilbur just disappeared, and Claire changed herself into the ravishing creature you see here.
You must be out of your gourd to expect me to believe a story like that.
Did you get the license number of that truck that hit me?
Pardon me, young lady, but is that old man bothering you?
You can say that again.
You should know better than to try to accost a young lady, a man of your years. Come along, miss.
Oh, you poor, poor man.
Well, it's all your fault, appearing and disappearing, and now Susan's got off with Wilbur and won't speak to me.
Well, just look at it this way. You've lost a girlfriend, but you've gained a ghost friend.
Well, Waldo may have gained a ghost friend, but what about Susan Swivelhips? Tune into our next episode. Who's haunting who, or which is which? In our last episode, Susan Swivelhips chanced upon Waldo and Claire the ghost walking down the street and became extremely jealous.
Did you get the license number of that truck?
Pardon me, young lady, but is this old man bothering you?
You can say that again.
You should know better than to try to accost a young lady, a man of your years. Come along, miss.
Oh, you poor, poor man.
But it's all your fault. Now Susan's got off with Wilbur and won't speak to me.
Well, look at it this way. You've lost a girlfriend, but you've gained a ghost friend.
But I don't want a ghost friend. I want Susan.
Well, if that's the way you feel about it.
And then Susan left with Wilbur. It's maddening, Hoppity, losing your girlfriend to an apparition.
But this isn't like you, Uncle Waldo, giving up without a fight. Can't you think of some way to get her back?
You're right, Hoppity. It's time to sit down and give this predicament some thought. I've got it. I'll woo her back. No ghost can match the Wigglesworth charm. For you, my love.
For me?
All for you.
For you, darling.
For me?
All for you.
How's it going, Uncle Waldo?
Wonderful. I plied her with flowers and jewels, and now I'm going to take her to the dance contest.
Professor, I didn't know you knew how to dance.
Know how to dance, Fillmore? I'm an expert at terpsichore. The shimmy, turkey trot, shag, Lambeth walk, the big apple, you name it, I'll dance it.
But those dances are all out of date, Uncle Waldo.
Nonsense. No classic dance ever goes out of date. I might even throw in a little pigeon wing.
Sure enough, next morning, Waldo had a trophy.
You and Susan won the dance contest?
Well, not exactly. Wilbur and Susan won that, but I won the Square of the Year award.
It's no use, Hoppity. I know when I'm beaten. Wilbur, I hope you and Susan will be very happy together.
You hope who will be happy together?
Susan and Wilbur, they're going to get married. I don't see that there's any laughing matter.
This is going to be the shortest marriage in history.
I don't understand.
Well, we ghosts only have the summer amongst you humans, and then we go back to what we were.
What's that?
TV ghosts.
TV ghosts?
You know, when your television isn't working right, you see a kind of ghostly image.
That's you?
That's us.
Big mouth.
But some of us over a week ago, and you're still here.
Well, that's because we weren't given our calling.
You're calling?
Yeah. At the first sound of a bugle, poof, there we go. Just an impulse going to thousands of homes all over the country.
I always wondered how that television worked.
You mean if Fillmore blew his bugle, that you and Wilbur would go back inside the television sets for good?
Yeah. You see, during summer reruns, we are given the opportunity to go out among you humans and...
Fillmore, blow your bugle as you never blew it before. What's the matter, Fillmore? Blow that thing.
I don't know, Professor. I just don't seem to be in the mood.
Confound you, Fillmore. You're always blowing that infernal bugle when it's not wanted, and now when it's a matter of life and death.
Professor, I am an artist. Then we artists have to have inspiration.
You blow that thing or I'll brain you. What do you think of that?
It's very inspiring.
Well, here we go, kid. Back to the land of situation comedy.
And all the news that's fit to see.
Doctor, lawyer, private eye.
Package shows that sponsors buy.
Ratings go up, ratings go down. But TV ghosts are always around. This program was brought to you by...
Gee, we missed the commercial.
Never mind. There'll be another one along soon on the next episode of The Adventures of Hoppity Hooper.